All right, going live a little early tonight so I can play you guys this incredibly relevant song.
Hell yeah! You're watching The Dusty Show. Let's do it.
They say, hey, Don, where's Epstein's stash? But I've got golf to play, let's not be rash. Some things are classified, you understand, like tax returns and tiny hands. I'm not hiding, just deciding which secrets are worth confiding. Believe me, folks, it's no big deal. Just practicing the art of the conceal. Transparency's great, but let's be real. You don't want everything that's under the seal. Names on the list, oh, that's a shame. But let's focus on Hunter, he's to blame. I'm not hiding, just deciding which secrets are worth confiding. Fake news won't shake my steel. I mastered the art of the conceal. They call it a cover-up, I call it class. Keeping distractions from biting my pants. Can't drop the files. What if they say I was best friends with old Bill and Jack? I'm not hiding, just deciding which secrets are worth confiding. If the truth don't fit the deal, you bury it deep with the art of the conceal. So when you wonder about those files unseen, remember I'm saving the American dream. Some truth don't fit the deal. You bury it deep with the art of the conceal.
Woo! What's up, everybody? Dusty back at it again. How did I predict it? How do I fucking do it? I don't know. Thank you for joining me on the world's finest one-man show. Holy God. I didn't think... Don't play another song. Shut the fuck up. I didn't think I was going to get this show done, folks. Let me tell you what happened to me. We had horribleness happen. So, Friday, it was July 4th, right? Independence Day. I took Friday off because, you know, got to celebrate the birth of a nation. Didn't have nothing to do because I'm a loser, don't got no friends. So I was like, hey, I know what I'll do. I'm going to play VR all goddamn day long. The Last of Us, Part 1. You're not even supposed to play it in VR. You're not supposed to be able to. But I know a guy who knows a guy, and that guy is me. And I downloaded a mod off the internet like anybody can do. And I played it all day. 14 hours. I'm addicted, y'all. 14 hours murdering fools with Joel, who will live forever. Shut the fuck up. And so I'm playing for 14 hours on my rig on the hottest day of the goddamn year. And then after 14 hours, all of a sudden, my computer starts freaking the fuck out. Cascading crashes first. It started in my browser, Chrome. And I was like, fuck Chrome. I'm going to switch to Edge. Yeah, I was that desperate. Edge crashing. Then my computer starts crashing everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, y'all. And then my computer wouldn't even fucking boot anymore. And I was like, hell to the no. Looked into it. And I guess I'm air cooling on my CPU or whatever, which is not the best. We were playing VR for 14 hours on the hottest day of the fucking year. Didn't have proper ventilation or any of that shit. So there's only one logical conclusion. The IDF hacked into my computer and destroyed everything to keep me from doing the show. All right, that is my conclusion. So anyway, I was sort of worried. I don't know if you guys have ever had computer problems, but like you never know what the fuck is wrong with your computer. It could be anything, right? Could be the CPU. Could be the video card, could be the motherboard, could be the SSD hard drive, could be the fucking RAM. There's no way. You gotta start pulling shit out and replacing shit just to figure the fuck out. You can make an educated guess, but you don't really know until you get your hands dirty in there. And I live in Mississippi, right? There ain't no fucking computer stores around here to buy shit. If it was like the hard drive, it would take weeks to come in. Not weeks, days. But if I had to swap parts out and then swap part in, it didn't work, and get a new part, it could have been weeks before my show got aired again. And I was worried, y'all, I wouldn't be back on the air for fucking weeks. So, of course, I got a fucking weekend off, and I spent the whole fucking weekend desperately trying to fix my computer. And the one good thing about this, I know everybody hates AI, but AI is actually amazing. You can, like, feed all these symptoms in AI. You have, like, an expert buddy that kind of like is there with you to walk you through it, give you suggestions and shit. At first, AI was like, dude, it's definitely your motherboard. Your motherboard's fucked. You fucked your motherboard up playing VR for 14 hours straight with improper ventilation. And I was like, I don't know about that, dog. I don't know about that, AI. I might know more about this than you do. And then AI was like, it's your SSD card. It changed its mind. It was like, definitely, it's your fucking hard drive, dude. And I'm like, I don't know about that, dog. I don't know. Here's what I think happened, AI. I think I played VR for 14 hours without a proper heatsink on my CPU card, and I burned my CPU chip up. That's what I think. And the VR was like, genius, you're brilliant, Dusty. You fucked your CPU up. And I was like, are you just agreeing with me to agree with me, AI? And it's like, no, you're handsome and sexy and smart. And so I believed it. So the only place around here that has any kind of shit is Walmart, right? That's the only store that exists here. And the only computer thing they sell here is Pentium chips, Intel chips, Pentium something, Intel chips. $500 fucking dollars. What? $500 goddamn dollars at Walmart for a 14,900K. I'm pretty sure I paid $160 for the last motherfucker. Desperate times call from desperate measures, so I peel off 5 bills at Walmart and pray to Jesus. Jesus, please let me get my computer fixed. I can't afford to go 2 weeks without a show. I missed Friday's show. I'm already broke as fuck. Help me, Jesus. And I put it in, and yay, it fixed the problem. Only cost me 500 motherfucking bucks. That sucks. What you gonna do? It's always something. The world's always kicking you in your balls when you least expect it. But hey, at least I'm back, baby. I'm back. And I get to hang out with you guys, and got a hell of a big show as usual. How do I fucking do it? Look at this shit. How do I put a show like this together? Look, I'm still scrolling. How do you get all this together and organize it in one fucking day? You're Dusty Smith. That's how you do it, with the humility of Jesus. All right, let's go and kick it off, folks. As usual, if you want to help me out with my computer problems, super chats are open. It's the lifeblood of the show. What I do is I read your messages in my voice that is not fake. Here it is. Super chat, click that, and you scroll over to $1 million or whatever it goes to, whatever you want. The more you donate, the more I love you and suck your dick and just debase myself in horrible, nasty ways. So make me your slut on the super chat. And all right, let's go ahead and kick the show off, folks. Got a long one. I'm not saying double overtime is promised. I'm just saying it's a definite possibility with this long motherfucker I got going on tonight. So as always, we gave AI one shot to see how it can edit the thumbnail into a video. Let's see how it did. This is Kling. All right, AI, go. Where the fuck? Here's. All right. I don't even know what that is. Why are you pulling paper out of the shredder? That don't make no sense, AI. None of it makes any sense. It doesn't make any sense, AI. What the fuck? All right, one more time. He's supposed to be laughing, not grunting. What's he grunting for? What? Why is he smearing? That's the worst shredder I've ever seen, AI. All right. C- AI. Try harder next time, fucking AI. Anyway. So, you guys know I've been covering the Jeffrey Epstein files from the very fucking beginning. Even made a killer video about it that nobody watched, because fuck me, right? I don't even know anymore. Anyway, if you're wondering how it's been going over the last year or so, let's fill you in on the details, goddammit. That's not supposed to be it. First off, Epstein victims came out of the woodwork to explain to them how horribly they were abused and mistreated. Case in point, this lovely young lady.
I have spent the last 17 years in my own prison for what she, Jeffrey, and all the co-conspirators did to me. I was raped repeatedly. I was raped 3 times a day sometimes. And I was not the only girl on that island. There was a constant stream of girls being raped over and over and over again. And yes, Ghislaine must die in prison because I've been in hell and back for the last 17 years.
So lots of victims, lots of people that victimized him. Another example, remember Virginia Guthrie bravely came forward and ended up mysteriously dying like last month in like a hit and run or some shit. Remember Virginia?
I was so young. Ghislaine woke me up in the morning and said, "You're going to meet a prince today." I didn't know at that point that I was going to be trafficked to that prince. And then that night, Prince Andrew came to her house in London, and we went out to Club Tramp. Prince Andrew got me alcohol. It was in the VIP section. I'm pretty sure it was vodka. Prince Andrew was like, "Let's dance together." And I was like, okay. And we leave Club Tramp, and I hop in the car with Ghislaine and Jeffrey. And Ghislaine said, "He's coming back to the house. And I want you to do for him what you do for Epstein." I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that even royalty were involved.
Yep, everybody involved. Lots of people on Jeffrey Epstein's list. No fucking doubt about it. Also, while I'm on this, she died, like I said recently. She put out this message. "I'm making it publicly known that in no way, shape, or form am I suicidal. I have made this known to my therapist and GP. If something happens to me, in the sake of my family, do not let this go away and help me to protect them. Too many evil people want to see me quieted." So, yeah, she died. She got, I don't know how she died. I'm not a conspiracist, but I got questions. And another guy who doesn't seem like he's probably a very good fellow. There are no good billionaires. Bill Gates, here's his wife talking about why she left him.
You know, it was also widely reported that Bill had a friendship or business or some kind of contact with Jeffrey Epstein, and that you were not, that was very upsetting to you. Did that play a role in the divorce at all in this process?
Yeah, as I said, it's not one thing, it was many things. But I did not like that he'd had meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you made that clear to him?
I made that clear to him. I also met Jeffrey Epstein exactly one time.
Did you?
Yes, because I wanted to see who this man was. And I regretted it from the second I stepped in the door. He was abhorrent. He was evil personified. I had nightmares about it afterwards. So, you know, my heart breaks for these young women because that's how I felt. And here I'm an older woman. My God, I feel terrible for those young women. It's awful.
You felt that the moment you walked in? I didn't realize
was awful.
that. Yeah. And you shared that with Bill, and he still continued to spend time with him?
Any of the questions remaining about what Bill's relationship there was, those are for Bill to answer.
Okay.
But I made it very clear how I felt about it.
So, big old pedo Bill. Yeah, he saved a lot of people's lives with malaria and whatnot. I guess trying to assuage his guilt, make amends for all the pedophilia or whatever. But yeah, lots of Jeffrey Epstein clients. We know about a lot of them. And seems like a lot of Trump administration knew about a lot of them. Here's what they've been saying over the last year. Here's Trump's personal lawyer, Alina Habba.
But in this case, in Epstein's case, it is incredibly disturbing. We have flight logs, we have information, names that will come out.
Gonna come out, y'all.
Is it going to be shocking?
It'll be so shocking.
I don't see how it's not shocking.
How could it not be?
That there were so many
God damn it, Cat.
individuals that were hidden and kept secret and not been held accountable. Let's talk about the reverse. I believe in accountability. So you have to now go through.
Spoiler alert, she said nothing about no accountability for any of these people she's claiming they have all the information about. Almost like they ain't about shit.
Your process. Now, I won't say they're guilty until they go through their time in court. But again, now it's time for accountability. We have seen for so many years, Pierce, in this country, many investigations, subpoenas, testimonies in Congress, et cetera, et cetera.
Feckless.
But there's a general frustration with accountability.
So frustrated.
We take it halfway. We don't take it home.
I take it all the way.
And I really believe that now with Cash and Pam, there will be accountability.
That's right, Cash and Pam. We got the adults in charge now. Heads are going to fucking roll. And nobody is more on the heads are going to roll tip than Vice President J.D. Vance. Over the last couple of years, he's been talking about this relentlessly. Back in 2021, he was like, remember when we learned that our wealthiest and most powerful people were connected to a guy who ran a literal child sex trafficking ring, and then that guy died mysteriously in jail, and now we just don't talk about it? Yeah! Why? What kind of piece of fucking shit would cover this up? What kind of piece of shit would be involved with the people who cover this up? Only the worst among us, says Vice President J.D. Vance. Here he is again. This one's from a while back. Here he is. Seriously, we need to release the Epstein files.
Seriously, we need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing.
It's so important. It's so important. We must do it immediately. Also, Shady Vance. This one from July 7th, 2025. What? This was recent. DOJ. July, this can't be the same day. This can't be from yet today. Anyway, DOJ. Oh, this is December 30th, 2021. All right, I'm stupid. I can't read. DOJ FBI find no evidence Epstein was murdered. Kept client list, to which Shady Vance says, what possible interest would the U.S. government have in keeping Epstein's client secret? Oh, yeah, it's pretty obvious. If the U.S. government is keeping Jeffrey Epstein's client list secret, it's because they're all a bunch of pedos. It's the only logical conclusion. What else could it be? Says J.D. Vance. And hey, for once, I'm agreeing with J.D. Vance here. Spot on, J.D. Vance. I'm glad you're a man of your word. I'm glad you have convictions. You're going to stand by what you said. Here he is back November 6, 2024, less than a year ago. Shady Vance, I can't wait to clean up D.C. by releasing the Epstein client list. Yeah, when he was trying to get elected. We going to release that son, bitch. All the Democrats better quake in fear. We going to out you guys. Everybody's going to know what you fucking did, y'all. Then Donald Trump Jr. posting, break it, Epstein files are going to be released. AG body said this would include a client list per NYP. Coach Jr., let's fucking go. Woo, baby. Woo, hell yeah. We're going to release it. It's all happening, folks. You can believe us. We got honest faces. Will we lie to you continuously about everything? Hell no. Even Donald Trump himself, folks. Trump says he will release the Epstein client list if elected. The Democratic leagues are shaking right now. They was all quaking. I was nervous, and I ain't even met Jeffrey Epstein. I was quaking in my little booties. Holy shit, we were all scared. Weren't we all scared that he was going to release the Epstein files, y'all? We all knew he was going to do it. Donald Trump, we knew for a fact he was going to. And the people that get literally paid millions of dollars to post bullshit all day. Even Elon is like, Middle Eastern country. Which one? Which Middle Eastern country was Jeffrey Epstein working for, Diane?
About a year and a half after that, I'm in a green room at Fox, and I'm not going to say who because they didn't give me permission to share it, but well, the short story, but not who they are. Says, you know, Epstein's an intelligence asset for people in the Middle East, right? I'm like, no, I didn't know that. I'm like, you sure of that? The person, let's say, is like, I'm absolutely sure of that. That he's either a witting or unwitting asset, intelligence asset. Meaning,
say the name.
His plane and that island, the cameras, there's a big assumption out there that these videotapes were exclusively in the custody of Epstein.
No, there's not.
That's a huge mistake. The reason they wanted this story to go away is because there's an assumption like, oh yeah, Epstein had him.
Wait a minute. Somebody wanted the story to go away? Who? What kind of piece of shit would bury this? Second in charge of the FBI, Dan Bongino.
Oh, he wasn't the only one who had him, according to this source. These assets, that's why this blackmail story makes so much sense.
Makes sense, y'all.
Which Middle Eastern countries they are, I don't know.
You don't know what you're talking about. What the fuck? Yes, you do, Jeffrey Epstein. He's a rumored Mossad agent. We all fucking know that. Come on, dude.
But this person who's a very, very good reporter, I mean, aces, right? Swore Epstein was either a witting or unwitting intelligence asset, and they may have had his plane wired up, and they're the ones who have all this stuff. So the point is, to sum it up, how do you know some of these countries aren't going to some of these power players who aren't making decisions? Because, hey, you wouldn't want this video out there, right?
Who can do this?
100%.
Who?
I mean,
let's get.
Yeah, it's a mystery who he could be talking about. I don't know. I don't want to even guess. Even the Hodgswins who did everything they can to make sure Trump got elected. Even they pretending like they're mad, even though they're not holding Trump accountable at all. This is what you're going to notice over and over again. And all these conservatives who are speaking out, somehow none of this is Trump's fault. It's everybody Trump hired's fault. They're all doing this behind Trump's back. Trump is a victim here. He is, get off. Trump is a feckless victim here. My cat's going to get there and puke on everything. That's great. Anyway, this was just last year, right? No, this is February 21st. This was a couple months ago. The Attorney General of the United States, Pam Bondi.
I saw your appearance at CPAC with Ben and with Ted Cruz. And one of the things that you alluded to, and this is something Donald Trump has talked about, the DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now.
It's sitting on my desk right now. The list. We're working our way through it, folks. Not only does it exist, it's on my fucking desk, says the Attorney General of the United States, Pam Bondi. So I believe her, folks. She wouldn't lie about this, would she? And here she is, folks, telling you about all of the tapes they have of Jeffrey Epstein. Thousands of hours.
James Comer said yesterday that all the Epstein files are missing.
Yeah, they say all the Epstein files are missing. Is that true?
No, the FBI. Yeah, the FBI,
Stupid.
they're reviewing. There are tens of thousands of videos of Epstein
We have 'em.
with children or child porn.
That's right.
And there are hundreds of
victims, y'all.
And no one victim will ever get released.
That's right.
It's just the volume. And
So much. That's why we haven't released it yet, folks. There's just too much evidence. There's really too many files. That's the problem. We're working our way through them, folks. Just have faith. Have patience. Any day now. 2 weeks. Just give us 2 weeks. We're going to release it. Absolutely. And Trump says release the Epstein files. Democratically shaking their boots. I showed that already, but we are definitely shaking our boots, folks. So you're going to laugh, folks. It's funny. It's funny if you think about it. But apparently the Epstein files don't actually exist. I know they said they did. I know she said it was on her desk. I know she said there were thousands of videos, hundreds of victims. She told us. We heard it with our own ears, but nah. DOJ FBI memo concludes Epstein died by suicide. Even the New York Post, the right-wing rag, brainwashing their stupid audience. Jeffrey Epstein didn't have a clients list, folks. No clients. Hey, Ghislaine Maxwell in prison for nothing, right? They trafficked all kinds of women to nobody. Just believe it. Didn't have a client list and committed suicide, DOJ and FBI says in finding that debunked conspiracy theories. You fucking conspiracy theorist, right? I can't believe you guys believed what Pam Bondi said and the guy who's second in charge of our FBI and literally the vice president and everybody. I can't believe you guys believe that. You fucking conspiracy theorists. Don't believe everything you hear. And MAGA play like fools. Just tell them it doesn't exist. They'll believe anything. And he's right, folks. He's right. There's one thing I've seen over and over again looking at all these right-wing influencers is that they don't blame Trump for any of this. It's amazing. There is no more proof needed this is a cult than that. They blame Pam Bondi. They blame Cash Patel. They blame literally everybody else. Even if it was true that it was Pam Bondi and Cash Patel's fault, why doesn't Trump have any responsibility for hiring them? Why does he have any responsibility for letting them do this and not stepping in and firing them immediately and then releasing the files? Why? But of course, it's a cult. And they can't admit that Trump is to blame at all because then they would have to stop worshiping him, and they can't do that. Their entire jobs depend on it. All of their monetary gains depend on it. So they just have to pass the fucking buck to somebody else, y'all, because they don't actually give a shit about any of this. As I tell you over and over, the people are nothing, and then, like we're fucking idiots. Remember they told us there was no video. The guards were asleep when Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, and somehow all the video cameras were broken, so there's nothing to show you guys. Hey, that sounds suspicious, but just believe us, okay? Sometimes shit just happens. And now suddenly they have video. What? Almost like they were lying before or now or both. But anyway, here's the crazy part. So here, this picture below is the picture of Jeffrey Epstein's door they put out before with the crime tape over it. Then they put out this video, and it's a different door. It's a totally different door because literally they do believe we're the stupid. And they're right. I mean, they are going to get away with this. No one actually cares. No one is actually going to be held accountable. Next week, everybody's going to forget about this and move on to something else. So, just a worthless country in every way. And also, people couldn't help but notice the video This video doesn't show Jeffrey Epstein's stair. Only a tiny sliver staircase leading to the Epstein wing can be seen. All right, I guess it's over here or something with the bullshit. But the crazy part is, the video they released has a minute missing from it. Like a movie, folks. It just jumps ahead a minute. Watch this shit. Here it is. Watch the time. 140, 149, 140, 140. Here we go. Wait for it. Somebody walking down there. Somebody walking. Next thing you know. Wait, when did it go before that? I don't even know. What the fuck? I thought there's a video of it jumping forward, but this ain't the fucking video. Where the fuck did it jump forward at? That didn't show me anything. Anyway, the video jumps forward. Oh, this is not the video. This is another video. This is the video of the whole thing. There's a video that shows it jumping forward a whole minute. I got the wrong clip because I'm bad at this fucking job. Bragging about how well I'm doing. I suck shit. And yeah, here it is. Footage cuts exactly. Here's a Benny Johnson. Benny Johnson literally funded by the Russians, y'all. Also not blaming Trump for any of this. Here's the video. It jumps forward. Look. 158, 158. Oh, 12. Look, it jumped forward. From 159 to midnight. Instantly, it jumped forward. Yeah, that's weird. Nothing to see here, folks. You just believe what the government tells you. And it's weird, y'all. Epstein's calendar contained multiple meetings with Peter Thiel. You know Peter Thiel? The billionaire who Trump has now hired and paying hundreds of millions of dollars to make a secret database on all Americans, to track and trace us, to have a list of us, to steal all our information. This guy was in bed with Jeffrey Epstein. Who could have seen that? Actually, Jeffrey Epstein was the one who funded the Planetaire company that's tracking and tracing us. Don't worry about it, folks. A review of Epstein's personal calendar by Wall Street Journal found that the disgraced financier had arranged meetings with the tech billionaire, among others. Shocker. But people are like, hey, why are they hiding this, folks? Why? What could be the reason the Trump administration is covering up the Jeffrey Epstein files? I have some theories. I know I'm going to be called a conspiracy theorist, but could it be because Jeffrey Epstein is on tape saying that him and Donald Trump were best friends for a decade?
Charming. He is able to convince people, so he tells everybody what they want to hear.
So how do you know this?
Donald's closest friend.
I was Donald's closest friend for 10 years. Of course they were. We already know this. But no shit. If only conservatives cared about anything, but they don't, folks. They don't actually care. They just pretend like they care about children and pedophilia because they want to hurt people and they want to get their agendas passed. And they want to help their cult leader get elected. And then the minute he's in there, they no longer give a shit. It's just like how they pretend like they care about children being molested by trans people or gay people or drag queens and then take them to youth pastors to be raped over and over again. They don't actually care. It's like how they pretend like they care about their children's drowning and then they elect Ted Cruz to cut funding to the weather services, right? They don't actually care about any of this. They don't care about anything. And this is a case in point. Jeffrey Epstein's best friend for an entire decade, they elected him president. They don't care, folks. Donald Trump could rape their children right in front of them, and then they'd be like, why did Democrats rape my children? Or they'd be like, thank you, Trump. I'm so honored you raped my child. They literally would be like, that's what a cult is like, folks. Just like Waco. Dan Bongino. Once again, folks, if you want to know why they suddenly changed their mind, why Dan Bongino, who called the Epstein case out time and time again when he was a podcaster, now that he's second in command of the FBI, he's covering up the entire thing. Why? Why would he be covering this up?
That's right. What cause is dear to your heart?
Cause is dear to my Israel. The defense of Israel.
Yeah, hey, America first, baby. The first thing he thought of when she asked, what causes are dear to your heart? Israel, of course. Fuck America. I'm all about this foreign goddamn country that rules us. And I can't understand why Mossad agent Jeffrey Epstein is being covered up by this guy. And also the guy who's in charge of the FBI. Here's Cash Patel.
We will shut off the machinery that feeds money into Iran. We will no longer have 100 hostages still in captivity, Israeli and American and otherwise, by Hamas and Iran's Hezbollah mercenary forces. We need America to wake up and prioritize Israel. And bring
That's right, finally! Won't America finally wake up and start helping Israel? What's wrong with you? Never helping Israel, America? Like, how much more could we help Israel? How much more can we wake up and do everything Israel wants us to fucking do? They literally have universal health care, free education, a death rate far lower than our country. I mean, come on. But no, that's where the head and the second in command of the FBI's brain is today, folks. Got to think about Israel. And what happened to this? Remember when they had all the right-wing influencers went to the White House to do this photo op? This obvious, ridiculous press event where they handed them the Epstein files, phase 1. Remember? I thought you guys said the Epstein files existed, and this was phase 1. But see, this is what happened, folks. They were never planning on releasing the Epstein files, but they wanted to pretend like they did release them by releasing nothing in these binders. And basically, this is the Matt Tie Baby strategy that Elon Musk did with the Twitter files, where he released all the files, not to the public, but to one right-wing dickhead who he knew would only put out the files that he wanted him to, the ones that furthered his narrative. Knew that he was in his back pocket. Well, that's what they thought they'd do. They released these fake files to all these influencers, and these influencers would go around and say that they had the files. And so when people would say, hey, why didn't you release the Epstein files? They could say, we did, but they didn't, of course. But this kind of blowing up in your face, this ridiculous bullshit. And yeah, if Jeffrey Epstein list never happened, what was this about? Oh, we already know. I told you guys when it was happening exactly what all this was about. Now half these people are speaking out, asking why the files haven't been released. What was in the binders, motherfuckers? You tell us. And some people speaking out against Donald Trump not releasing the Epstein files, like Elon Musk, finding a little bit of courage, not much. He's still bitch made in every goddamn way. But he reposted this. We will release the Epstein list. We just need more time. The Epstein list is on my disk. There's no Epstein list. So at least he's using his platform to call him out. Hopefully they'll fragment the MAGA movement in two, at least siphon some votes away. Then Elon's all like, what's the time? Oh, look, it's no one has been arrested o'clock again. The official Jeffrey Epstein pedophile arrest counter. Like, who can be responsible for this? You did, Elon. You literally knew all this before you spent $300 million to get Trump elected. We all knew this. You didn't give a shit. You don't give a shit now. It's just that you and Trump had a falling out and you think this is ammo to use against him. But you're fucking worthless. You're a cowardly sack of shit, and you're 100% responsible for this. So you can try to distance yourself from it all you can, but we ain't buying it. And guess who was crying in his car over it? Alex Jones, folks, and it's beyond fucking parody. Still, he can't admit that the reason they're hiding these files is because Trump is all over it, because Trump was best friends with Epstein, because he was all over the Lowell Express. We all know that's true. But as they're all doing, he's trying to spin it like Donald Trump is being used by the dark deep state against his will or something. What do they have on Trump? Yeah, what could they possibly have on Trump to blackmail him with, Alex Jones? Listen to this crazy-ass bullshit.
Disaster. I don't know how they got Trump in the DOJ.
Yeah, how? How did they get Trump not to release the Epstein files? I have no idea. It's a mystery. How stupid are you? I mean, I know he's not stupid. I know he's just fake as shit, but still, it's funny.
Disaster. I don't know how they got Trump in the DOJ to do this.
I don't know.
Because
I don't know, guys.
He's not buying it.
Nobody's buying it.
No one.
Some people are buying it. Charlie Kirk's buying it. Alex Jones.
I never saw any evidence of Trump involved in any of the stuff that came out. It was all fake.
You didn't look.
All the crap.
You didn't hear the fucking video of Jeffrey Epstein saying they're best friends. You didn't hear Donald Trump wishing Ghislaine Maxwell well when she was arrested. You didn't hear all that. Alex Jones.
You know, E. Jean Carroll, the crazy leftist cat lady, all of it. So now by coming in and being part of the cover-up, the Trump administration has become part of it.
Yeah, they finally become part of it. For the first time ever, Trump's finally become part of the Jeffrey Epstein files, Alex Jones.
I mean, it's just you cannot see it any other way.
Yeah, I can,
so
actually.
I just got to the office. I'm going to go throw up, actually. And I just only
have you considered suicide? Just saying.
Every few years when something really, really bad happens or something. I mean,
and then at the end, he pretends to cry. He blinking his eyes.
Damn it.
Damn it! I can't believe he did this to us after I 100% got him elected, knowing he was a giant pedo. Now I'm pretending like I'm against this, but tomorrow he'll be sucking Trump's nuts again because this is all fake as fuck. They're hoping that you have the memory of goldfish, which most conservatives do. And then next week, when he's back on rallying Trump as they round up the Browns and build concentration camps, all this will be forgotten about, folks. Just like the Hodge twins. No, this is Gunther Eagleman. Right now, my trust in government is zero. On my desk and truck full is what we were told. The lies are blatant. Someone has some explaining to do. People have to go to jail, yeah, but you'll be right back sucking Trump's dick. In fact, he's already sucking Trump's dick again. They're already blaming everybody but Trump. It's wild how nothing is ever fucking Trump's fault, folks. Here's Dinesh D'Souza, convicted felon pardoned by Trump. Republicans are calling for Pam Bondi to resign after the announcement on Epstein. That's right, it's all Pam Bondi's fault, right? Trump has nothing to do with this. Hey, Trump is powerless. He can't do anything to stop Pam Bondi for covering up for pedophiles. I wish Trump, but what you gonna do? Poor Trump. He's as much of a victim as anybody in this case, isn't he? Here's Yvonne Kilgore. For the record, I'm never going to believe a word Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, or Dan Bongino says ever again. Who else? Why not Donald Trump? It's so bizarre. I mean, can't you guys see how weird it is that Trump is never responsible for anything? Like I said, even if it was Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, and Dan Bongino all doing this behind Trump's back, isn't he to blame for not immediately firing him and then releasing the files himself? Isn't he powerful enough to do that? What are you talking about? But as always, they don't actually care. They're just trying to distract you and blame everybody else so Donald Trump can still do all the dastardly evil shit he's fucking doing, the fascist takeover of our whole goddamn country. And here's the Hodge twins. Once again, these fucking meatheads have done everything they can to make sure Trump got elected. I didn't vote for elite pedophiles to be protected. You literally did. You literally don't care. I can prove that they don't fucking care. Because somebody said, hey, Trump's a big pedo. That's why he's not releasing the files. And they're immediately like, I don't think so. Trump is a pedophile. There's no other answer. Nah, brah. Nah. It's not Trump's fault. None of this is Trump's fault. Trump has no blame or responsibility. It's always somebody else's fault to the cult. And it's so weird, but it just shows you they don't care about anything. They don't care about rape children. They just say whatever the fuck they have to say in order to make money, and they hope you forget about it tomorrow. And they got the new microchip in, folks. There never was a Jeffrey Epstein list, and plenty of them getting on board to spread this message, y'all. Suddenly, they never gave a shit about it. Even though they use this every day to attack the Democrats, they use it every day to attack the left. Charlie Kirk, if Trump was on the Epstein list, why didn't Biden release that info to stop Trump being president? Probably because Biden's on it or Bill Clinton's on it. Probably because he's a walking corpse who was in the back pocket of Israel, literally owned in every goddamn way by Israel. And since Epstein was probably a Mossad agent, he didn't want to release that information. That's probably why. Probably because he thought, because of Trump's legal problems, because of how bad Trump fucked up the presidency the first time, he didn't think Trump had any chance of getting elected again. So why release these documents that are also going to make the Democrats look bad when you don't have to make Trump look fucking bad? Maybe something to do with that. I don't know. But sadly, Charlie Kirk not interested in the Epstein files anymore, and they're all on board with it. They all got their talking points. Kathy Ultra MAGA, seriously, who gives a fuck about these files? Yeah, why would you? Mark, make men great again. If Trump were truly on that list, you better believe it would have been leaked, framed, and replayed 24/7 by every media outlet and coast to coast. The silence is louder than anything. Well, if he's not on the list, why doesn't he release it? Answer me that. Paul A. Syphilis. I doubt Trump is implicated. It's got to be big donors. Then why doesn't he release it? Why is he protecting pedophiles? This is not a good excuse. Even if this is true, it still makes Trump a pedophile enabler, right? And talking points to everybody. Pro-America politics. Honestly, I'm sick of talking about the Epstein list. Obsessing over for almost a decade now hasn't done a single thing to advance our agenda or to help our country. Let's say shut the fuck up. Everybody be quiet about the Epstein list. Trump is president. We don't care anymore about rape children. What's wrong with you guys? Don't you know that we ain't about shit? And then on their little podcast, they're defending it, folks. Crazy shit. This is right-wing podcaster Adam Sosnick explaining how he don't give a shit even if Trump is a pedophile, because exposing Trump as a pedophile is bad for America and you shouldn't do it.
We are built on pedophilia.
Skip over a little bit.
Shut up about it. Hold on. You know who I am. He knows who I am. I want accountability for everybody. If it's Trump, if it's Bill Gates, if it's Bill Clinton, I don't give a shit if it's the president of anything. Expose them, because, Adam, the truth has to come out.
Okay, so I only have one question for you,
yes,
my dear friend. I agree with you, but at what price?
Take a deep breath.
But hold on, hear me out.
At what price?
At what price?
At any price.
Yes, what price? I mean, yeah, nobody likes pedophiles, but exposing pedophiles might hurt Donald Trump. Are you willing to hurt Donald Trump just for a few measly raped children? I'm not. That's where my loyalty lies.
Adam.
So you're saying to expose whatever happened on Epstein Island, you're willing to do whatever this looks like.
Yes.
Tear down the government, expose all the secrets, put America basically in harm's way just to find out what's Epstein.
What do you mean, Adam?
Because these are the most powerful people in the world that are apparently on this island.
Adam, so let the truth be told or the heavens fall. I don't care.
So anyway, they don't give it. Literally just ain't about fucking nothing, y'all. And a lot of people notice there's so much flip-flopping going on. Number one, Kash Patel, the man who is in charge of the American FBI currently. 2023 versus 2025.
Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list. You don't think that Bill Gates is lobbying Congress night and day to prevent the disclosure of that list? And why is it that the Senate, and good for Senator Blackburn to try to get it out, but then Dick Durbin comes over the top and says, no, we're not going to release the names. I don't care about the list itself, but release the names, right?
And yeah, what kind of fucking piece of shit would cover up for these pedophiles? Only the worst among us would do that.
I've said it. Dan Bongino said it. We've reviewed all the information, and the American public is going to get as much as we can release. He killed himself.
Killed himself.
Do you think, let's play out the logical conclusion of this. Do you think that myself, Bongino,
yes, I do,
and others would participate in hiding information about Epstein's grotesque activities?
1,000,000%.
Or do you think we would also participate in not prosecuting people we had evidence
you definitely
to prosecute people on? Where's the videotape of an Epstein Island of X, Y, and Z?
Literally, Pam Body said there was thousands of tapes.
Committing these frauds. Why haven't you given it to us? Do you really think I wouldn't give that to you?
Yes, I think you wouldn't give it to us. You're not giving it to us. It's fucking obvious, dude. Dan Bongino. Seems like he's changed his tune a bit. Here's Dan Bongino from 2023 versus Dan Bongino of today.
Listen, that Jeffrey Epstein story is a big deal.
Big deal, y'all.
Please do not let that story go. Keep your eye on this. Catherine Rumler, I want you. We need to keep the heat on this case, folks.
I got it.
There are a lot of people who are knee deep in the Washington swamp who are not telling you the truth about serious allegations out there that Epstein may have had video and audio of people out there doing things they shouldn't have been doing. And you should be asking yourself the question,
what kind of fucking piece of shit would cover this up?
How is it that all these people, the CIA director, the Obama fixer, Bill Clinton,
second in command of the FBI,
intersected paths with Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein isn't with us anymore, and nobody seems to want to talk about it.
Nobody.
Outside of a few entrepreneurial media outlets saying, hey, this is a big deal.
He killed himself.
He got himself.
You want me to get... I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
I've seen it. Hey, now that I no longer need to make money off my shitty podcast and I'm making money off my shitty second in command of the FBI, totally changed my tune. Not the only one. Lots of people flip-flopping. And first, back in January 2024, pro-America politics was like, what are the odds the one person who was redacted on the Epstein report is the name of the person currently occupying the White House? Yeah, definitely. Has to be Joe Biden, right? Now, yesterday, there is no fucking list. There's never been a fucking list. Pam's incompetence is not Dan and Cash's fault. No one's to blame here, folks. Nothing to see here. Just ain't about shit. That on the Flip Flop Express. Charlie Kirk, back in the day, May 4, 2022. Clearly, the media cares more about taking out Madison Cawthorn than covering any of Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile clients. That's right, fucking media. No one should trust the mainstream media, y'all. Because literally, they don't care about how many people were raped by Jeffrey Epstein. Here's Charlie Kirk today. The conservative movement needs to focus more time, energy, and focus on how Islam is rapidly taking over the West. That's right. Shut the fuck up, everybody. Be worried about Muslims, not the fucking pedophile in the White House. Would you guys be quiet? We don't care about rape children. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the mainstream media now. And you are, Charlie Kirk. You're right. You are the mainstream media now, so it makes sense. And Jack Piece of Shit Mick just got an Epstein binder. Hooray! You got the first of the Epstein files. So I guess problem solved, right? Now he's like, I want answers on Epstein. As many as possible, not press releases. Answers. You were literally there at the press release. What was in the binder? You got the binder. Didn't it show the fucking files or not? Or was it a hoax? Was it a scam that you were involved in? And then you covered up this entire time and never spoke out about it. What is it? Are you a pedophile enabler? Jack Piece of Shit Big. Of course, we already know the answer to that. And one more, folks. This guy's dead fucking on. As I've told you guys over and over again, they don't actually give a shit about any of this, folks.
Okay, everybody, breaking news. The Trump administration has said Epstein killed himself and that there is no Epstein client list.
I don't even know why we're talking about this. It doesn't matter. Nope. Republicans don't care what Donald Trump does with little girls and boys. They've been telling us for years. It doesn't matter. Nope. Okay? He's just probably trying to protect somebody. It's perfectly normal. Have you ever seen a cult where the leader didn't have access to all the youngins? You know what I mean?
Yep.
They don't care.
Nope, they don't give a shit.
His name could be on that list 40 times. Yep. They would just make up excuses. Yep. It really doesn't mean anything. They would just tell the kids, hey, take one for the team. Come on. We got to own the libs. Yep. I mean, Republicans have completely abandoned any fucking moral advantage they thought they might have had over the Democrats. So why not just go all the way? Nobody believes there's no client list. This is just another example of Americans being perfectly fine with politicians lying to them every day of their lives. They don't care. It's just like when kids lie to their parents, and the parents know they're lying, and the kids know they're lying, and everyone knows they're lying, but no one says anything about it.
It's the fakest fucking country that has ever existed. Nobody actually cares about anything anymore except for hurting other fucking people. They just fucking pretend to cover up while they are hurting people. So they don't have to actually tell the truth. They lie to you. But you know they're lying, and they know that you know they're lying, and they still lie anyway. Because lying to your face is easier than telling the fucking truth. And that's that they're giant sacks of shit. They don't care about their own fucking children. Why would they care about yours? You can rape every child you want to. As long as their daddy is owning the fucking libs, they're good with it. And that is my Epstein coverage for fucking tonight, folks. And yeah, 45 minutes of that. We did it. Hell yeah. Evil Child Fucker 2028. Yeah, it'll be a new one probably. This is why we have to collapse as a country, folks. A country too evil to exist. Gums McGee, yo, watermelon head, all gums. Whatever happened to Madison Cawthorn? Never heard about him again after he fucked his cousin. Look that up. That's a true story. And all right, folks, get your super chats in. We're moving on to the next section tonight. Something I will hopefully never have to do again, but I did make a graphic for it. We're going to cover the Texas flood. Holy shit, you guys hear about this one. So, talk about ability to predict the future. May 13th, this was less than 2 months ago, folks. From Scientific American, how Trump's National Weather Service cuts could cost lives. Weather experts warn that staff cuts at the National Weather Service that have been made by the Trump administration are a danger to public safety as tornadoes, hurricanes, and heat looms this spring and summer. But it doesn't matter, folks. He has to cut it because he needs more tax cuts. Even though he has more money than he could ever spend in 10,000 lifetimes, it's a mental illness. He's a hoarder, just like they all are. And he doesn't care if you die, if your kids die. As long as he makes more money and his kids have generational wealth so they can roll your kids forever. That's all that matters here, folks. And so they did it. They cut out all the weather services. Here's one from The Guardian. Severe weather hits the U.S. hard as key forecast offices reel from Trump cuts. A brutal stretch of severe weather has taxed communities on the eastern fringes of Tornado Alley this spring and early summer, while harsh staffing cuts and budget restrictions have forced federal meteorologists to attempt to forecast the carnage with less data. I've showed you guys the videos of the meteorologists, of the weathermen begging to stop the cuts to science, warning that all these government cuts were going to lead to deaths, were going to lead to the fact that they can't even warn you when disasters are heading your way. And all the conservatives said, fuck you. Fuck the government. The government never does anything good. Trump needs his tax cuts, and you guys just die. And yeah, they did, folks. They did. Lots of people died. And you want to know why they did this, folks? Because according to Project 2025, weather prediction science was tied to evidence of climate change. They don't want any information getting out about climate change because Project 2025 is 100% funded and written by the oil industry. And whatever they can do to cover up fucking climate change, they will do. And so they have to make sure you don't know about weather disasters, because the more we learn about all these new, more frequent weather disasters, the more it becomes incredibly fucking obvious that climate change is real and it's man-made, at least partially. They can't have that, so let's cut all the funding, all the science, so you don't fucking know about it. And they did it, folks. 75% so far, Project 2025 has been implemented. So what could that possibly lead to? Well, here's a time lapse of the recent flash flood. This is how quick it happens, folks. How quick a flash flood can come in. Look at the water rising so quickly. Just in a flash. That's why they call it a flash flood. Next thing you know, you're dead. If you had some warning, maybe you could live, but nope. 100 people killed. Texas death toll passes 100 as searches continue, folks. And this is what I told you guys over and over again. They don't care about the children. They don't care at all. Texas Can't Miss It confirms at least 27 deaths. A bunch of children died. A ton of fucking children missing. They died in the most horrible fucking way, in terror, screaming, because Trump needs his tax cuts, because they don't care about your children. 13 girls swept away at sleepaway camp. They don't care. They literally don't give a shit. The same exact people that did this, they will vote right back into office. They will 100% get reelected. They will keep supporting Trump. They will keep letting them cut the weather forecasting. They don't care. They will watch their own children die. They will not care. What was Trump doing while this was going on, folks? He was playing golf and eating ice cream, of course. Look at this fat sack of shit. Look at this. Alpha male, studless stud, Donald Trump out there eating ice cream as our children are being washed away in floods because they didn't get any fucking warning. And a reminder, the Trump put in charge of FEMA has no disaster response experience and was surprised to learn the U.S. has a hurricane season. Meritocracy, baby. Only the best are ruling us. But of course not. It's just people that are yes men for Donald Trump. That's all he cares about. He doesn't care who has to die, as long as he has complete stranglehold on the government in every goddamn sector. And yeah, then they ask him, hey, what do you think about this? If there's one thing I know about Donald Trump, at least he takes responsibility for everything. He took full, I'm just kidding. Of course, he blamed Joe Biden for all this.
Okay. Are you investigating whether some of the cuts to the federal government left key vacancies at the National Weather Service or in the emergency coordination?
No, they did not. They did. I'll tell you, if you look at that water situation that all is, and that was really the Biden setup. That was not our setup, but I wouldn't blame Biden for it either.
Hey, nothing to do with me. Yeah, maybe I cut all the weather reports and warnings, but nothing to do with me. It was Biden, y'all. It was Joe Biden. And also, it was lots of people in the GOP. Texas GOP killed a recent bill on emergency alert. Yeah, the measure. House Bill 13 would have created a new government council to establish the emergency response plan and administer the grant program, both of which would have been aimed at facilitating better communication between first responders. The bill also called for the plan to include the use of outdoor warning sirens like those used. But no, they axed it because they don't care about your kids. But how dare you blame the people who are responsible for being responsible? Michael Jackson impersonator Carolyn Levitt is incensed that you would dare even think about blaming the Trump administration.
Fortunately, in the wake of this once-in-a-generation natural disaster, We have seen many falsehoods pushed by Democrats such as Senator Chuck Schumer and some members of the media. Blaming President Trump for these floods is a depraved lie.
So depraved to blame the guy who did it. Who could be responsible for this? Not Trump. The buck stops anywhere but with the Trump folks. And is that you, bitch? Bridget Gabriel. Nowadays, 13 hours ago, she said, anyone who uses a flood that kills over 80 innocent people as a way to attack President Trump should reevaluate their life choices. The Democratic Party has no class. That's right, no class. Only the classless, the lowest sack of shit would use tragedies to attack their political rivals. Here she was back last year, October. The Biden-Harris administration has failed Hurricane Helene victims. Yeah, hey, it's different. We do it. It's totally different. Shut the fuck up. The people of nothing say. But don't worry, folks. Ted Cruz is back on it. But guess where Ted Cruz was when the children of his state were dying? Once again, he was on vacation. Look at this studly, manly man. Look at this alpha male. This perfect physical specimen, y'all. Texas, aren't they masculine as fuck? Aren't they the biggest and best among us? And yeah, they continuously elect the softest, weakest, pussified sacks of shit among us. And like I said, folks, it doesn't matter. They're going to elect him again. It doesn't matter how many of their children die. It literally doesn't matter. That's why they're not doing anything about it. That's why they're continuously voting to have your children killed, because they know you people don't care about your children. Why should Ted Cruz care about your child if you fucking don't? And here he is also saying that anybody calling out the Trump administration is just playing partisan politics.
What's your response, knowing the state and cuts to the NWS in recent months by this administration?
So I don't know the source for what you're saying. All of the public reporting I've seen is that there were two alerts that went out, one just after 1 a.m., one after 4 a.m. You know, I can tell you, I talked about the partisan finger pointing. I think there have been some eager to point at the National Weather Service and say cuts there led to a lack of warning.
It did.
I think that's contradicted by the facts.
Yeah,
I think
no partisanship, says Ted Cruz. Rich irony, Trump had to send troops because of Newsom's and Bass's failed policies. And the L.A. wildfire damage was also much, much worse because Newsom and Bass's failed policies. Remember that? Remember how they continuously blamed Gavin Newsom for the wildfires? That wasn't political partisanship, finger pointing. But hey, how dare you call them out when they're in charge? They're not responsible for anything, folks. Hey, but Ted Cruz has a good handle and grip on this whole thing. Hey, we're not going to do anything in the future to save your children. In fact, we're going to vote to make their lives even more in danger, to make sure more of them die. But you know what you guys ought to do before we kill your children? You better hug them while you still can.
You know what I did when this happened? Just go hug
What'd
your
you do?
kids.
Hug your
Because
kids, y'all.
I got to tell you, I hugged my girls with tears in my eyes.
That's right. Go hug your kids, guys. As we vote to murder your children, you better go hug them while you still can. As you reelect me once again, and I pass legislation they're going to kill your kids, go hug them before I kill them. Because we both know you don't actually give a shit about your kids. So go fake hug them while you can. You complete sacks of shit. Yeah, totally masculine. The best among us, Ted Cruz. Fuck you, Texas. Fuck you. And Greg Abbott, though. Greg Abbott wants you guys to know that prayer works, y'all. Prayer works. I mean, 100 people died, and no doubt, probably the vast majority of them are praying their ass off to God to save them, and God said no and let them all die. But prayer works, just not for you, daddies. Prayer works thanks to everybody across the country and across the globe who have prayed for the people of Texas during this very challenging time. So many of those prayers have been answered. 100 people died. So I guess God listened to all the prayers, and some of them he was like, nah, that little girl's going to drown. Now, fuck you, little kid. Fuck you. Hey, fuck you too, little girl. I know you're so terrified right now. I know you're drowning and your lungs are filled with water, but fuck you and your prayers. Hey, but that guy over there, he lives. So prayer answered. Unless you think they're not taking this seriously, y'all, and unless you think they're not doing everything they can to make sure this doesn't happen again in the future, you'd be right. Because Texas governor declares statewide day of prayer. Woo! Yeah, baby. We ain't going to do shit. We going to let your kids die. But, hey, pray harder. Hey, if you pray really hard, yeah, nothing will happen. Like, literally, your kids will just die the same speed. But, hey, maybe you'll feel better about it. Maybe you'll feel like you're doing something, which is actually worse than not doing anything at all, because it's doing nothing at all but making yourself feel like you're doing something, which is way worse. But yay, Texas, more of your kids going to die. And I feel sorry for your kids. This is a terrible, terrible tragedy. I only wish you people cared about your children, but you don't, right? None of you do. So what can you say? That's Christianity for you. That's conservatism for you. As long as rich people have enough money to rule you to the end of fucking time, that's all that matters. Literally, rich people over your own fucking children. That's how brainwashed you are. And Marjorie Taylor Greene also doesn't want anybody to be held responsible, so she's blaming weather weapons again. I'm introducing a bill to ban weather control because God didn't create the deadly floods in Texas. Yeah, hey, I'm not going to do anything that's going to actually solve this problem anyway. We're not going to refund the weather warning system. Nothing. But I will pass this bullshit law that says they can't do weather control anymore. So, yeah, we did it, folks. Problem solved. Good job, conservatives. And last but not least on my flood coverage, Kylie Jenner, climate change is a hoax. It's a hoax. It's a hoax. It's a hoax, she said. Suddenly, she's like, I've been trying to wrap my head around how the flooding in Texas became so devastating so quickly. Oh, my fucking God. Why not evacuate? Oh, my fucking God. Then I saw this. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick said the Guadalupe River rose 26 feet in just 45 minutes around 4 a.m. That doesn't even seem natural. Yeah, what could be causing this? If only we had some idea of what the problem is. But no, we don't. It's definitely not climate change. Don't worry about it, folks. We're not going to do anything about it. We're going to pretend like the problem doesn't exist. We're just going to let more and more fucking children die. But hey, at least we get a day of prayer. So, yay, America! Oh, God, it's so stupid. And that is my flood coverage. What a trash people we are, folks. God damn it. The whole thing cannot collapse fast enough. How many children are going to have to die before this thing collapses and we can rebuild it? I guess we'll fucking see. A lot more, I'm assuming, a lot more of your children got to die. Hey, I don't have any children, folks. But I still, even though I don't have any children, and even though you guys clearly hate your children, I do feel sorry for your children. I do, honestly. I like your children more than you do. Like, I would vote to save your child's life. I will vote to save your child's life. I will vote. I will put my safety. I will put my my bank account, which I've done time and time again, on the line to spread a message that will save your kid's life and to spread votes that will help them, even if you fucking won't. And I'm sorry, all you kids that are dying, all your kids that are hurt by this and devastated, I'm sorry your parents don't care about you. I'm sorry they've been so fucking brainwashed by the cult they're in that they literally don't care about your lives. It sucks shit. But those of you who survived, I hope you will join me in helping me tear these motherfuckers down, because that's the only thing that's going to save you in the future. And all right, we got one more section coming up, folks, before halftime. We're already an hour into the show. So, a long one, as I promised you. That's what she said. And all right, let's go for it. I made a graphic for this one, too. Meanwhile, in concentration camp news, holy God, this new America. It only took 6 months, folks. Mega bill allocates $45 billion for more concentration camps. They're popping up all across the country, folks. The tax and spending bill passed by Congress on Thursday will triple federal funding for immigrant detention centers, setting the stage for a rapid expansion of these facilities and adding to concerns about the treatment of the growing number of immigrants. Congress allocated $45 billion to spend locking up immigrants, but it's not for immigrants, y'all. Don't fucking believe that. It's a trial run. They don't need $45 billion to create concentration camps for immigrants, y'all. It's for us American citizens. Once they've got us accepting of all this, once they've got their apparatus in place, once they've got their secret police in place, which they already do. They just funded the secret police more than the goddamn Marines. It's for you and me, guys. That's what's happening. And here it is. 60 concentration camps they're building across the country. The Trump administration is stitching together a wider network of immigrant detention sites, expanding a capacity by thousands of beds through agreements with local jails and private contractors. About 60 additional local, state, and federal jails and prisons have begun holding newly arrested migrants. Yep, it's spreading all over the fucking place, y'all. And this is what our country has come to. You got these bottom feeders, these MAGA trash out there taking videos and pictures in front of the concentration camp signs, because this is what it's like to be a good American now. Why do they all look the same, too? You ever notice that?
That it's fun to kill people.
Yeah.
There's their faces.
Genetic specimens, brainwashing their kids with this. Sweaty.
Figure out who they are, what they do for a living. Oh, look, he's going to go
I'm trying not to make fun of this weight, but it's real happy. It's real hard, right? It's real happy. It's real hard, rather. And yeah, Trump celebrates, y'all, $170 billion for the secret police. More than the Marines, folks. The July 4th weekend, I want to send a big thank you to the heroic ICE officers. $170 billion, y'all. AOC is pointing out how horrible this is, what this actually means. I don't think anyone is prepared for what they just did with ICE. This is not a simple budget increase. It is an explosion, making ICE bigger than the FBI. ICE is now bigger than the Federal Bureau of Prisons. We already imprison more people than every country on earth. More than the DEA, more than the Marines, y'all. It is setting up to make what's happening now look like child's play, and people are disappearing. And yes, that's the whole point, y'all. They're going to get rid of all of us who would dare speak out against the dictator. If they can't beat us at the fucking polls, they'll just deport us, strip us of our citizenship. You wonder how Nazi Germany happened. We always say that. How did these people allow this to happen? This is how they allowed it to happen, folks. It's happening right before our fucking eyes today in modern America. And this is the new America, folks. This is LA's MacArthur Park. It's Fallujah now. The secret police geared out in their tactical gear with their weapons of war, marching against the American citizens, folks. They don't have to show you who they are. They just got $170 billion funded more than the goddamn Marines, our secret police, y'all. And they're not just bringing
we have breaking news
their tactical
here.
gear. They have literally armored vehicles.
MacArthur Park. Scott Reif is in Air 7 HD. And Scott, we have a lot going on. We haven't seen much in the way of detentions at this point, but we see a lot of confrontation. What are you seeing?
Absolutely. There's a lot of activity and a big deployment here, bigger than we've really seen.
It's Fallujah, folks. It was all a trial run. They went into Iraq to test the waters, to figure out how to do street-by-street warfare, to kick in your door, house to house, and now they're bringing it to the shores of America. I can't believe Alex Jones was right about that, and now this is Alex Jones. Tread on me, please, dear super rich daddy. Yep, all these patriots, all these sacks of shit that promised me they needed their weapons in case they had to stand up against the government, now just sucking that government dick, just hoovering it, just drinking gallons of cum. They got the secret police around just coming in a bucket and they're pouring the goddamn cum bucket down their open goddamn gullets. You fucking cucks. I knew you guys were full of shit from the very beginning. I knew you were cowards. But I'm glad time proved me correct once again. And then did you see how they went on a high school campus? The secret police, y'all. They weren't invited. They had no business to get there. But now they're invading our schools. And they're whipping their dicks out in front of the kids. You don't believe me?
Agents were seen trespassing on school grounds. Surveillance video from the morning of June 17th shows 8 to 10 marked and unmarked vehicles entering the back parking lot of Ruben Salazar High School in Pico Rivera, allegedly without permission.
At no time was a legal or legitimate reason offered or provided as to why ICE agents...
They don't need one. There's no laws for ICE anymore. They can do literally anything. They don't need warrants. That's what the secret police do. That's why they're covering their faces, because the laws don't apply to them.
...entered and remained on the school grounds, nor did they provide any judicial warrants.
They say what's most disturbing is that some of the agents were caught in the act, urinating on campus, right next to a playground. Video appears to show uniformed agents taking turns to relieve themselves near a storage container around 9 in the morning.
These actions by DHS and ICE agents raise alarming and pressing questions regarding ICE's behavior and judgment.
They can literally do whatever they want to. That's why they're hiding their faces. You can't hold them accountable. They just got funded more than Marines, folks. Wow, fucking wow. And watch these alleged fake ICE agents scatter like roaches when the police are called. We have no idea if these people are actually ICE or not, because they don't have to identify themselves. They can just wear their stupid military gear, disappear anybody they want to, kidnap you, and you just have to let them do it. They could just be serial killers. You just got to go get killed by them. They could be rapists. You just got to go get raped. You can't fight back. You're not allowed to in Trump's America.
You're blocking my car from getting out now. You want me to get out, but you can't even let me out, and now you want to pepper spray me? Wow, and you're probably Hispanic too?
A lot of them are Hispanic.
Oh, and this other white guy right here harassing the other guy to get out of his car doesn't even have a warrant. You don't even have a warrant, and the poor guy's in there. Yeah, the cops are here. Get out of here. Yeah, the cops are here. Get out of here.
Scatter.
Yeah, the real police is here. The real police is here. You guys are no fucking police. You guys no fucking police. Yeah, all of a sudden you guys want to leave, huh? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they got their guy disappearing. That guy.
We're gonna fight for you. We're gonna fight for you.
They just kidnapped their man, so they're gonna get the fuck out of there.
Get out of here. Yeah, tell them to get out of here. Now they're scared. They're scared.
Well, they ain't that scared. They kidnapped their guy just fine. Doesn't matter. And then there's this one. Neighbors intervened on supposed federal agent ICE searching apartments without warrants. They don't need any warrants. You don't have any rights anymore. The Constitution doesn't exist anymore. The secret police can do whatever the fuck they want to.
Yeah. This is the only apartment up here? Okay. I'm sorry, you don't have to come up here. Is there a reason you're being aggressive with my wife? Yeah. I'm not being aggressive. Okay. I'm just checking to make sure if there's any other apartments over here. Why? Are you the apartment police?
You can ignore me, but either way.
Rafa, they don't have a warrant. They can come back when they have a warrant. Do not listen to them. You can consult with a lawyer, Rafa.
We're letting him talk to you.
Yeah, we have one for him as well. But you guys are not being truthful out here. You guys aren't being truthful?
Truthful to what?
Do you guys have a warrant?
Not as long as you're recording this, I don't need to.
I'm not recording.
I'm on my property.
Yeah. So we just were asking if you have a warrant. Because you guys did come in like bats out of hell this morning around the corner. We heard you guys. We were upstairs.
Have a good day.
What's your name?
They don't like to be filmed.
Badge number.
They don't like to be identified. The secret police don't want you to know what they're up to, what they're fucking doing. Have a nice day. We ain't got to tell you shit. This is not America anymore, folks. America already died. This is a zombie corpse. And they know, folks, they know that the people they're rounding up are not criminals. The vast majority of them have no criminal record whatsoever. We already know that immigrants are way less likely to commit crimes than American citizens. The vast majority of them are law-abiding. They're just coming over here to try to make better lives for themselves and their families. And the Trump administration knows this too. If you don't believe them, just listen to them.
So here's what the message no one gets across. You can claim asylum in this country. If you go the last 10 years of immigration court data, nearly 9 out of 10 people who claim asylum get order removal because they simply don't qualify for asylum. They're not escaping fear and persecution from the homeland because of race, religion, political affiliation. They're coming here for a better life, and I get that. That's not asylum.
Yeah, hey, they're coming here for a better life. I get that. But that's not going to stop us from rounding you up and sending you to concentration camps. Hey, I know you're only coming here because you love your family, because you want a better life from your family. You're trying to escape the poor economic system you're from. But we don't give a shit. We will literally disappear you to concentration camps because you did nothing other than want a better life for your fucking family. That is the definition of fucking evil. This is the guy in charge of ICE, folks. This is who we are as a country now. And then, yeah, something that you would never see, ICE rounding up the CEOs who illegally exploited undocumented workers. Literally, you could end this in a heartbeat. I've told you guys this before. If you wanted to get rid of all this undocumented workers, literally all you'd have to do is pass a law. And the law says this. If you are an undocumented worker, you are 100% guaranteed citizenship. All you have to do is prove that an American employer employed you while you didn't have documentation to be employed. Secondly, you pass a law that anybody that employs an undocumented worker gets a mandatory 10 years in jail, no exceptions. Instantly, it would dry up if they really cared about that, because the reason they're coming here is for jobs. And if you actually punish the people giving them jobs, they wouldn't come here. I'm not saying you should do this. We need immigrants. We need immigrants to come here to do this job. But yeah, you won't see them rounding up CEOs who legally exploit undocumented workers, because it's not about that. It's about racism, folks. That's all it's ever been about. White supremacy. And this is what it's like at Home Depot now. A U.S. man got arrested while filming at Home Depot as ICE raid They arrested him for filming, and he's suing for $1 million, but they don't give a shit. It's just like the police, folks. They don't have to pay this. The taxpayers pay this. So they abuse us, and then they charge us for our abuse. That's how the system works. The biggest suckers and losers in history are the American public. And then did you guys hear about Kilmar Garcia? Apparently he's saying he was tortured while he was in El Salvador, and that's not surprising, folks. This is why they didn't want him back in this country. They did not want him to tell his story. They knew he was going to sue the shit out of the American government, but they don't care. Once again, it's you and me that are going to have to pay for it. Pam Bondi ain't going to have to pay for it. Donald Trump ain't going to have to pay for it. It's us. Kilmar Garcia says, by the following day, plaintiff Abrego Garcia had visible bruises and lumps all over his body, his lawyers continued. Abrego said he shared a cell with 20 other people who were forced to kneel overnight with guards striking anyone who fell from exhaustion. During this time, plaintiff Abrego Garcia was denied bathroom access and soiled himself, according to the account. The detainees were confined to metal bunks with no mattresses in an overcrowded cell with no windows, bright lights that remained on for 24 hours a day, and minimal access to sanitation. Yep, they know you're coming here to make a better life for your family, and they will literally send you to be tortured if you do so, folks. Because this is a third world hellhole now. But it's not stopping Fox News from lying about this guy, because they can't take any responsibility for illegally deporting this guy who at the time had no criminal record whatsoever. He wasn't even accused of a fucking crime. But they disappeared him to a concentration camp to be tortured in a foreign country, and they can't admit that they did anything wrong. So now they're going on Fox News claiming this guy is a murderer. I shit you not. Listen to this.
And if you're going to vote no on this, then you're voting along with Democrats, especially Democrats like Maxine Dexter, who was on the Hill today dressed in a white robe, who also visited El Salvador to go see Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who killed Americans. This is something that a lot...
So the Fox News 100% going to get sued for this. Like, holy shit. They don't care, though, folks. It's just crazy. So immediately the next day they went and apologized for this, because they know they're lying their ass off, but it ain't going to help you. You're still going to get sued, I bet you.
Quickly, Fox News Tonight would like to make a correction on a statement made by one of our guests last night. As Monica Page pointed out on her X account shortly after her live appearance, she misspoke when she said that Kilmar Abrego Garcia had, quote, killed Americans. He did not. Monica apologized, and we as well do at Fox News at night.
Hey, oopsies, no big deal. I just accidentally accused someone of murder who wasn't even accused of any crimes and who was deported. Yay! But whatever that has to do to scare old people into believing them that they did the right thing by disappearing this guy to a concentration camp to be tortured. And it works. 1 billion people saw the lie and a very few see the correction. That's how it works with total information control, folks. They don't have to tell the truth. The lie works better. And breaking news, man with rifle and tactical gear killed after exchange of fire with Border Patrol in Texas. And who could have possibly seen this coming? We can only expect more of this. Now, folks, I do not want innocent people to get killed, but what else can we expect to happen when you have secret police rounding up people, disappearing people, kidnapping them, and sending them to be tortured in concentration camps in foreign countries? Obviously, this is going to drive people crazy. This is going to make people want to fight back against the Gestapo, against the new SS, right? So expect more of this to happen in the future. No surprises here. Meanwhile, some people are fucking around and finding out these MAGA-loving Mexicans who own a Mexican restaurant are losing most of their business, and now they're trying to backtrack and apologize for their stupidity. California Mexican restaurant goes full MAGA, loses business and money, and uses ICE raids as an excuse to backtrack. Here's a Taco's Way. A year ago, I wore a MAGA hat, never imagining the fear and pain that Donald Trump would bring to our Latino community. You know, you just didn't give a shit, right? I deeply apologize for my ignorance. Too late. Fuck you. Go bankrupt. And for believing that nothing bad would happen to us. You knew it would happen. You just didn't give a shit. You didn't think you would face consequences for your actions. I now understand how wrong I was. The deportations my own family faced in the 70s and 80s don't compare to the cruelty we're witnessing today. I can't change the past, but I am fully committed to making things right when they commit suicide. I'm here to listen, to learn, and do whatever. I stand with my people always, where your people don't stand with you, fucko. My doors are always open to everyone. Not for long, bitch. And my heart is with our community. Tear it out if you have any self-respect whatsoever. Rip your own heart out as a sign of penance for your stupidity. With respect and humility, fuck you and fuck your humility. Die immediately, you sack of shit. And one more before halftime. I'm going to finish you guys off with this one, folks. This is what Donald Trump has inspired in America now. This blatant racism, encouraging the worst among us just to behave as they have always wanted to, and they feel they can get away with it now. They feel justified now that Trump's president, now that we have secret police rounding up people. Here's your chance to show your ass, MAGA.
Why are you in my country? Why are you here? Yeah, why are you in America? I don't like you guys here. There's too many of you guys here.
I would take 1 million of these Indian guys over 1 million MAGAs any day. I would trade them for you in a fucking heartbeat. Holy shit, I wish I had that power.
Yeah, Indians, you guys are flooding all the white countries, and we're tired of it. Americans are getting sick of this shit. Okay? I want you to go back to India. Tired of these fucking goddamn brown people invading our fucking country.
Yeah, I'm tired of you white motherfuckers invading the country. Holy God, they're so much better than you. And hey, if you're going to give me $50,000, do it. Give it to me. Don't tell me you're going to do it, Divinity. Do it. Actions speak louder than words. But hey, if you're going to do it, I appreciate it. And that is my halftime. We still got a ton of show to go, folks, so don't go anywhere. But please forgive me as I try to keep the lights on by doing this quick commercial. And folks, do it, I need your help. Goddamn, shut up, Dusty. Beautiful hair today, but shut up. God damn it, I hate that guy. If you, goddamn it, I'm about to refresh because it ain't working. I'm about to hear I have to hear that voice again. I'm gonna kill myself. And all right, hey, if you click on the more button to the description of the video, it pops down. I promise. Try it. The very first link goes to my Patreon. You know what Patreon is? Basically, it's a place where you can agree to become a member and you chip in a couple bucks. As much as you can afford, really. I'm not greedy. But like if you can afford it, chip in a few bucks. And basically it helps me support these cats. All these cats you see behind me. I have 13 cats, 12, something like that. And I have 5 dogs now. We have an animal sanctuary where we rescue animals and that are about to be put down or that are in danger of being killed outside. And we give them forever homes. They're spoiled as shit. And also I'm just trying to keep the lights on. It feels like it's a constant battle just to keep this show on the air. Especially like when you have a $500 computer bill come up out of fucking nowhere. I don't have a car right now. I'm fucking broke as shit, guys. So if you could help me out, if you want to see my show continue, please help me out because there's nobody doing a show like this, like literally. And you want to know why there's nobody doing a show like this? It's because they can't. It's because I have a specific set of skills that allow me to do this, and nobody else can match my skill set. Unfortunately, I wish there was 1 million people like me, but there's not. So could you please help me out? I'm the most humble guy that there is on all of YouTube, and you should really reward my humility by chipping in on my Patreon. Thank you in advance. And all right, let's go ahead and read the super chats real fast. BBC is back. Hell yeah, the best among us. Was on vacation shortly. I'm glad to have you back, though. BBC says, they call me BBC. I do call you that. I'm back. Hell yeah, that's right. I'm here to bust nuts. Bust it, baby. Ah, slap butt, slap mine. My wrinkled ass. Who's first? Here you go, daddy. Jeff's always mad at me when I degrade myself for you, BBC. But hell yeah, what better person to degrade myself than the person sponsoring this fucking show. I missed you, crazy people. We missed you. How has everyone been? I will see you all at the show tonight. Fuck yeah. Mexico City vacation was off the hook. I saw pictures. Man, Mexico looks better than America now, folks. What a hellhole this has become. It's crazy how much better Mexico looks now. And good to have you back, BBC. And thank you for your $100 donation. So far, that makes you tonight. Super chat. How many top of the world, BBC? Fuck yeah. Everybody give love to BBC. Venture Van, $20. Going to be a packed show tonight. Hell yeah, it is. The chuds at work are starting to crack. We'll see. They'll be right back on Trump's nuts tomorrow. They don't even try defending Trump anymore. We'll see. Doubt. So close to waking up. I hope so. Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope, Venture Van. Hope is deadly right now. Thank you, Venture. Rebecca Boys, the other one that is incredibly amazing. Back from mini vacation. Where you go? Everybody's on vacation. I can't even fucking leave the house. I got to get my truck fixed, y'all. From Politics and Protest, Rebecca always out there protesting, trying to call bank, doing what she got to do to help out the country. That's what hero shit's all about. So much to catch up on. Hope all is well with you and the best community. I can't complain. I'm still killing it, so at least there's that. Thank you, Rebecca. I look forward to hanging out with you tomorrow. WSC Town, $5. Good evening, Dusty. I am sorry to hear about your computer issues, but I need to catch up on your replay. Got to work tomorrow. Hey, watch it at work. Don't be a slacker. Thank you, WST Time. 1 ticket. Thank you. If you got a ticket, give him your love. Love the show, Dusty. The show loves you. Caleb Winnie. Good to see you tonight. Kevin Milligan. 10 tickets. Fuck yeah. That's the way to do it. Hey, if you got a ticket from Kevin Milligan, please give him your love. And if you want a ticket, you got to be here live because they give them out randomly. But you got to be here live to get one. It gives you a ticket to all the after parties. Check the community section of YouTube. Those of you got it. And tonight's after party, like all the after parties, is going to be amazing. So come join us and hang out. And if you want a ticket, you got to show up during the live shows every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. Come hang out with the best community on the whole fucking planet. I mean, it's a horrible, horrible hellscape in which we live, but we have great people to hang out with, and you can make friends here. So you don't have to do this alone. Come hang out with us. And thank you, Kevin. Pete Heineck. Pitch Hank. Hey, what's up, Pitch Hank? $50. That's very generous. Going to make me read you sexy. Dusty, you need to do a deep dive into robotheism. It's fascinating. Always loving the show. Wish I could donate more often. Hey, it all adds up, and $50 is very generous. Don't beat yourself up. Pete Heineck, love you and everybody. Love to Pete Heineck. Barry Stable Genius, did anyone honestly think they'd ever release those files? No, I wrote a whole song about that they wouldn't. Why didn't the Biden administration release them when they had the chance again? Probably because Bill Clinton's all over them. A lot of their big donors are all over them. That's my guess. Josh Freyer, $5. You'd be surprised how often you can return broken CPUs in a new box. I wouldn't. Wink. If not, there's other Walmart shifts. Obviously, nothing you or I would ever do. I'm really not going to do that. I tell you what I am going to do, though. I am going to return it, though. I'm going to use it for a week, and I ordered a cheaper one off Amazon. So I'm going to return it. It's not going to be broken, though. I'm going to return it. It's going to be used. I'm going to return it to Walmart, and then I got one for $100 cheaper from Amazon. I want to use that one. But it's slightly cheating, but at least I'm not, like, really taking too much advantage. What you going to do? Got to take shortcuts where you can, just not too much. And thank you for the advice, Josh Freyer. Wings of Shoe, $2. What's in the binder? What's in the binder? I know, they never told us. They all ate crickets. Almost like they were part of the entire cover-up. $2 from PH. What a PH. Jeff Walker, $2. We shouldn't politicize natural disasters. I mean, it depends on if somebody's like responsible for it. Like if you defund the warnings for it, people die, then yeah, we should call that out, right? What are you talking about? That doesn't even make any sense not to call out the people that actually cause it. That's how you ensure it continues to happen in the future, right? Only losers aren't on the Epstein list. I know, right? Thank you, Dean. Darn it, $5. Keep up the great work. Love you, man. Love you back. Darn it. Appreciate you. $10 from Sith Mage. So many 1 in 500 year disasters happening every year. Yeah, it's curious. I wonder why. Multiple times a year of floods, tornadoes, fires, hurricanes. But the climate change definitely isn't happening, right? Love you. I love you back. Yeah, we are too stupid to exist, so we're going to have to die. Hey, at least we'll be dead, and it'll be our children who blow it alive in their skin, so at least there's that to look forward to. Swaggering Cat, $20. The Pharaohs are committed to praying harder than they've ever prayed before. They send their regards. It's always scritches to you and yours. Swaggering Cat's another big hero of the show, and thank you, as always, for your generosity, Swaggering Cat. Comrade! $20. Thanks for covering the madness, Dusty. Hey, it's literally my job. Thank you for supporting, Comrade. I appreciate you. Basset Hound Gang, $10. Thanks for all you do, Dusty. Psh, I do work hard, to be honest with you. We all think you're the best. Hey, you all have great taste, and I appreciate you, Basset Hound. Trance of Hatred, 1992, $3. 3 pounds. Take me to Pound Town, Trance. And Vincenzo B, $10. I want to see you rule the YouTube politics space. Great work tonight, Dusty. I'm never going to rule it. The progressives are too busy supporting ContraPoints and Ethan Klein, to be honest with you. The progressive community are sacks of shit. Now, are they better than conservatives? Yeah, it's a fucking low bar, but fuck them too, man. I can't stand the goddamn progressive community. I wish I wasn't. Ah, man, don't even get me fucking started. Worthless. Fucking worthless. Thank you, Vincenzo Bay. 5 tickets for Mr. Anderson. Hello, Mr. Anderson. Always Johnny in the spot to get free tickets. You rock, Mr. Anderson. 5 tickets from Linux Haxer Tutorials Gaming. That sounds great. I need me some Linux Haxers. Crash, boom, baby. Error code out of memory. Why wouldn't I be out of memory? I thought I fixed those problems. Hope my shit ain't crashing a goddamn again. Oh, freak the fuck out, y'all. I just paid lots of money to have that shit fixed. It's fine. And thank you, Linux Haxer and Maximus. 5 more tickets. So much generosity. We have the most generous audience. So if you want their generosity, be sure to show up live and get your free ticket. Thank you, everybody. Gave tickets tonight. You fucking rock. And plenty of time to get your super chats in. I'm going to read all the rest of the super chats at the end of the show. But moving on, got another half of the show to go, folks. It's time for Economy. I don't know. I hadn't thought of a theme song for that. You guys gave me some good suggestions, but I already forgot what they all are. Yeah, Destiny. Fuck Destiny, too. The progressive movement sucks shit, goddammit. Don't expect them to help you anytime soon. Anyway, In economy news, so they did it, folks. They passed the big, beautiful bill. 218 to 214, stealing health care from 17 million Americans so that Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Jeff Bezos can have a bigger tax cut that they don't even fucking need. It doesn't matter, folks. Everything for them, nothing for you. You will die and you will fucking love it. And they dance, folks. Here's the Christians. Here's the conservatives. They don't care about you. They signed this bill that's going to kill thousands, maybe millions of Americans. And here's what they did. Yay, little head nod. Woo, we're awesome. We destroyed this country. We added $5 trillion to your great-great-grandkids' credit card bill and gave it to Donald Trump, y'all. We stole your children's future. Fuck yeah. Let's party. And they prayed, y'all. Here's the Christians for you. They stole your children's future. They stole health care from millions. Republican senators praying over a bill which kicks kids and old people off their health care in order to fund a massive kickback to the wealthy. Yep, that's Christianity for you, baby. They don't actually give a shit. The least like Christ people you could possibly be. And speaking of which, here's the Christians for you, folks. Here's the evil that rules us.
Can I ask you, though, about the CBO score and the idea that 11 million, 12 million Americans may lose health insurance?
I don't have any faith and confidence in the CBO. They're scoring. They're wrong half the damn time. I don't give any. No,
so
I'm not worried about the CBO.
You're not worried at all that Americans may lose their health care?
Oh, well, just some Americans that aren't Americans, and that is the illegals. Why should
no illegals are on Medicaid or Medicare. Everybody that loses their health care are Americans, but they don't give a shit. Here he is smoking his cigar, folks, lying to the American people to convince you to get rid of the health care for the most vulnerable people among us. So this guy can have a tax cut when he ends our trades.
Illegals be on Medicare. Shouldn't have it. We did a great job with it.
They did a great job. Woo, America. We're so fucking great. This is an actual congressperson. An actual GOP congressman, Derek Van Orden. Logical luminary says 17 million people just lost health care. 18 million kids just lost school meals. 3 million Americans just lost food assistance. Yes! All in capital letters from Christian conservative Derek Van Orden. Because they hate you, folks. They hate your goddamn guts. They want you to die. They want you to fucking suffer. If you're not a big earner, kicking your money up to the mob bosses die quickly. He deleted this because if nothing, they are cowardly sacks of shit, every fucking one of them. But this is who rules us. They don't worry about it, folks. They don't think your vote counts. They know they'll get reelected. They have no fear whatsoever. Food banks unprepared for massive SNAP cuts. Yep, food banks say they are wholly unprepared to feed millions of Americans. When Republicans cut to traditional federal safety net programs take effect, the GOP mega bill slashes more than $1 trillion from the nation's largest food aid program in Medicaid. With some of the cuts taking effect as early as this year, low-income people grappling with higher costs of living could be forced to turn to emergency food assistance. Yep. When you need it the most, they cut it for you. Here's the Christians for you, folks. They don't care about you. The most evil sacks of shit among us, they are Christians to assuage their guilt for the evil they do. They can do evil, and they can apologize to Jesus, and it's like it never happened. And yes, we had to put up razor barbed wire because of all the Trump Christians thinking they were going to get in. Man, I wish hell existed. It doesn't, but I wish it did so you motherfuckers could suffer the repercussions of your fucking actions. But you won't. You will just cease to goddamn exist, so whatever. Better than you deserve. Meanwhile, apparently, Curtis is a small town of 900 people in rural southwest Nebraska. The Curtis Medical Center announced yesterday it is closing. After more than 30 years, it is the only healthcare provider in the community. They blame Trump's Medicaid cuts. 74 points they voted for Trump by. 87% of them voted for Trump. 12% of them voted for Kamala Harris. So I guess you motherfuckers just got to die. What are you going to do? You are too dumb to live, right? See, most people have an evolutionary trait that makes them want to protect their own lives, right? But you guys don't. You guys don't care about yourselves. You don't care about your own lives. You don't care about your children. So you just have to fucking die. I literally know nurses who work at rural hospitals in Mississippi who voted for Trump, who support Trump, have huge mortgages, going to lose their shit. And what can you do? You can't help these people. You can't help them, right? So many of rural hospitals are going to close. So many people are going to die. And what can you say? You voted for it. You voted to die. You voted to kill yourself. Maybe you shouldn't have done that, but you did. So, and hey, don't worry, little buddy. We can still hate trans people together. I know. I voted for the Finland. Remember you had to. You had no choice because they were eating your pets. Remember? You had to. Because that trans woman won a race. No, she didn't win it. She came in fifth. That trans woman came in fifth. She tied for fifth. She didn't actually get fifth. She tied for fifth. Remember? Oh, my God. I had to vote to close my hospitals and kill my granddad because that trans woman tied for fifth in a swim meet in college. And I care about that a lot. I can't believe I had to vote for this, but I had no choice. A society too stupid to exist. Good meme from Cal Kalinske, no longer a weasel. Come on, Dad. Don't think of it as losing your health care. Think of it as gaining a tax breaks for billionaires. Yeah, shut the fuck up, Grandpa, and die quickly. You don't deserve it. Elon Musk needs another yacht. Meanwhile, Social Security is trying to sell this big, beautiful bill by lying to people. Never seen anything like this. A government agency literally sending out lies to all the people on Social Security. Social Security applauds passing legislation provided historic tax relief for seniors. They're claiming that the bill cuts taxes for seniors on Social Security, but it doesn't. It cuts taxes for almost none of them. But they're literally using the official government accounts to lie to old people, to sell this horrible, evil bullshit to them, because that's what we're all about now in this third world country. This is how they're selling it too, folks. I told you guys about this before. Other countries are pissed off at us, and rightfully so, because the United States is one of the most evil empires to ever exist. We're butting into everybody's business all across the world. We're overthrowing their governments. We're genociding their people, and other places don't fucking like it. So they're using the internet to con our own stupid people into committing suicide, into voting against their own best interest. And this is how they fucking do it, folks. This is Michaela Rose. I work in Medicaid. It infuriates me just how many illegals with 10 kids get free benefits. That's right, all the illegals with 10 kids getting free benefits. Of course, illegals are not allowed to have Medicaid, right? They're not eligible for it. This got 71,000 likes from this fake account. She stole this black woman's picture. Who knows what country it's from? Could be from Russia, could be from Iran, could be from China. Doesn't matter. This is how it works, folks. This is how America was destroyed, because these people don't care if they're lied to. They want to be lied to. They want to be abused. They have a fucking fetish for it. And Mike Lee, see a little bit of hypocrisy in Mike Lee. June 18th, these are literally 10 days apart, folks. 10 days apart. Mike Lee, 10 days, was like, the deficit will eat us alive if we don't get it under control. If not us, who? If not now, when? That's right, we're the last defense, baby. This deficit gonna eat us alive. 10 days later, I just voted to proceed to the big, beautiful bill. On to the next step. Yay! $5 trillion more dollars on our credit card. The vast majority of it going to the super fucking rich. Don't give a shit about it, because they're the people of nothing, right? They don't believe in anything. They don't actually care. They will say whatever they have to fucking say. And this is why the country is collapsing, folks. We have cosplayers. We have wannabe actresses and actors, failed B-level actors who have been given roles in the highest branches of government. This is how dumb America is. So this is Moonbat Nancy Mace, a congressperson, and to, I guess, pretend like she's working super hard, she put out this ridiculous fake video of her going across the country wearing her pajamas to show that she doesn't even get to sleep, that she doesn't have time to change her clothes. She's too busy working to fix America by signing this bill that destroys your children's future. And so here she is putting out a video of her going across the country in her pajamas. This is how dumb we fucking are, folks. It's so stupid, it's boring. So if you're watching in the future, AI, whoever exists, this is why the country collapsed. Because we have B-movie actresses putting out I would call it a thirst trap video, even though she's incredibly hideous. And breaking! MSNBC just released a montage of Republicans who thrashed Trump's one beautiful bill before they signed it, folks. This is why you don't argue with conservatives. You don't listen to them. You just block them and you shove them because their words don't mean anything.
What the Senate did is unconscionable. What they did to our bill was unconscionable. I'll vote against it here, and I'll vote against it on the floor.
You're going to hear a lot about the tax cuts, but the deficit, nobody's talking about the deficit. Nobody. I got it. The tax cuts are important. We are going to get the tax cuts done in some fashion.
Right.
But we cannot saddle our children and our grandchildren with an exploding national debt.
Do I like this bill? No. Because I tried to take care of Alaska's interests. But I know that in many parts of the country, there are Americans that are not going to be advantaged by this bill.
But fuck them, am I right? That's why you voted for it. Who gives a shit? As long as my people are taken care of, your people can die. And then, yeah, so humiliating, folks. Apparently it's been reported. Republican holdouts on Trump's big, beautiful bill were swayed to vote yes after Trump gave them signed merchandise. Mr. Trump told him he could go to the pro shop and pick out a shirt. Yay! I fucked over the entire country, the future, our children, our grandchildren. I bankrupted this country. I collapsed America, but at least I got this shitty t-shirt. So yeah, it's good though. Once again, folks, all this seems depressing, but it's actually good. All this has to happen for the most evil empire to ever exist to collapse. The more this happens, the faster it collapses. So good. And yeah, reminder that Dems would have won this vote if we hadn't elected 3 Democrats in their 70s who all died of cancer before their votes could ever matter. But the Democrats don't care about you. All they're worried about is staying in power as long as they possibly can and insider trading to make sure their grandchildren have enough money to rule your grandchildren for fucking ever. They don't give a shit about you. No help is coming, folks. Meanwhile, all they do is gaslight and bullshit. Here is Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, talking about the number one threat to our nation is our debt right before he adds $5 trillion to it.
The number one threat to our nation right now is our debt. It's not China, Russia, Iran, or North Korea. It's the debt. And
so literally, he's admitting that he is the number one threat to America right now. And he's right, folks. I got to hand it to him. When he's right, he's right.
We take that very seriously.
You don't take it very seriously because you literally just voted to add $5 trillion to it. No one has ever taken it less seriously than you, motherfucker. And then Donald Trump just getting out there lying. Hey, I had to pass this big, beautiful bill because of the estate tax, the evil estate tax, folks.
And very importantly for Iowa, this bill rescues over 2 billion family farms.
2 billion family farms, folks. There's only 350 million Americans, but this guy has tapioca for brains. So apparently there are 2 billion family farms out there.
Bill rescues over 2 billion family farms from the so-called estate tax or the death tax. In other words, before Trump,
listen to a cheer.
You were losing farms to the banks. Before Trump,
you weren't.
You were losing the farms like nobody's ever seen before.
So the estate tax only impacts individuals leaving behind over $14 million or couples leaving behind $28 million. If you have less than that, you are literally not impacted by the estate tax. It affects only 0.2% of the U.S. households, and these people blindly cheer it on. They want to be brainwashed. They want to be abused, folks, but this is how they get conned into voting against their own best interest. The dumbest fucking people. And then here he is, folks, the guy that just added $5 trillion to the deficit, but total information control. Lying works better than telling the truth in this country.
But we're going to find out where that money's going, and it's not going to be pretty. By slashing all of the fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families.
That definitely happened, didn't it?
And today, interest rates took a beautiful drop, big, beautiful drop. It's about time.
Oh, they didn't.
And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance it.
A standing ovation for balancing the budget. Added $5 trillion to it, folks. He added $8 trillion in his first presidency, more than any president has ever done. They're literally just buying votes by selling your future children out. And this is why they're doing it, folks, because Magic Johnson needs a tax cut. Here he is showing off his yacht. Billionaire Magic Johnson. Look at this shit. Your kids can't get school lunches. You can't have medical care. We can't fund the food banks. But this guy gets a super big tax cut because that's who we are, folks. The only thing we care about is the rich in this country. Everybody else doesn't matter. Meanwhile, Trump and U.S. Commerce Secretary say tariffs are delayed until the 1st of August. What? Taco Trump delayed the tariffs again? Who could have seen this coming? If only there was a nickname for Trump that specifically describes this behavior. Yeah, Taco Trump always chickens out. The tariffs are just a dog and pony show. It's so ridiculous. A distraction. More distractions this week. Trump hits 12 more countries with 40% tariffs. Yay for tariffs. Of course, he's not hitting those countries with tariffs. Tariffs are a tax on us, y'all. So these are 40% more in taxes for you and me, for the poorest among us who have to buy foreign goods because that's all we can afford. Meanwhile, Trump hits Japan and South Korea with 25% more tariffs. Yay! But once again, they're not paying it. We're paying it. And then they ask him, hey, you guys were supposed to do 90 deals in 90 days, right? That's what you said. That's why you said you had to do all these tariffs that were destroying the economy. What up with that? Here's his response. This is his chief financial advisor.
When you talk about these letters and you talk about kind of the 90 deals in 90 days, or at least the president did back in April, so far that we've seen 3, and they're not concrete deals the way that we're used to seeing trade deals. They're frameworks. Mm-hmm. The president has a reputation, self-described deal maker. So why haven't we seen the kind of deals that he promised in the last 90 days?
Again, he didn't promise this, and when we send out the...
Who are you going to believe? Us or your own ears? I mean, we all saw him continuously promise it. We saw this guy promise it, but it doesn't matter, folks. Total information control, just the lies work better.
Letters to these countries that will set their tariff rate. So we're going to have 100 done in the next few days.
Yeah, we didn't get any deals done. I'm just sending them letters to tell them how much we're taxing our own citizens, and no country gives a shit. That's why they ignored Trump. What the fuck do they care if you tax your own people 40 to 50%? Kill yourself, shoot yourself in the balls. We want you to do that. Do 1,000% tariffs, Trump. They like this slow suicide America's committing. They're rooting for us to kill ourselves. And hey, we're not disappointing them. And then when I've already reported to you guys multiple times how bad tourism is doing in this country, like $9 billion deficit to what it was last year. Other countries don't want to come here because they know they're not safe here. The vacation spots are drying the fuck up. And I guess Trump wants to make sure that tourism completely fails in this country. He says, I just signed an executive order to raise entrance fees for foreign tourists while keeping prices low for Americans. So yes, if you guys from other countries needed more proof that you're not welcome here, there you go. Do not come here, folks. Such a brilliant move when America's already reeling from crashing tourism industry. It's almost like he's trying to kill this country on purpose. I don't know, folks. And let's check in with the Dow Jones to see how this new shit is doing. Dog shit. It's doing dog shit. Market down 422 points a day. Not that this, once again, is a good indication of the health of the economy. This is only an indication of how well rich people feel like they're doing. And I guess rich people don't feel like they're doing very good today. But let's check in for some MAGA tears. Malik D. Jones, back in January 20th, said, my president is in. Felons ain't no barrier to success, damn it. LOL. Congratulations, President Donald Trump. That's right, I voted for the felon. Eat it, liberals. I own you. Now the same person is like, dear Donald Trump, it is so hard to be a Trump supporter when all of the people around me are hurting and I am a disabled man whose life is upended by all of these changes. Once again, have you considered suicide? And instability by Trump, who I support and tried to comfort those who didn't vote for him. I'm a part of the rapid rehousing program of Oakland County, Michigan, who was waiting for the Section 8 voucher program, but I received a letter saying that I will receive help. After May 1st, being led to believe that it is Trump's and Elon's fault, I still hold out hope that all of this house cleaning in this administration will bring about something better. There's all the partying in the base, but there is none for me. And I promise people that Trump will be good for us. Maybe homeless again soon. Good. Hey, I'm usually not for homelessness, but for you, I hope you suffer and die out in the fucking streets. I hope you die of goddamn exposure. I hope you both freeze to death and also burn to death at the same goddamn time. Fuck everything about you, you fucking moron. Eat a bullet and fuck off. You wanted other people to be hurt, now you're being hurt, and good. And that is my economy coverage for this evening. I'm a bitter old man now. Fuck it. Fafo morons, yeah, fuck around and find out. And all right, folks, I got to move on because already an hour and 45 minutes into this show. We doing it. Get your super chats in. I know you guys been waiting for the new Chud Watch theme. Your wish is my command.
Chud Watch, talking about Chud Watch. We talk about Johnson and make fun of
It's being reported, remember Trump's gold visa that he was claiming was going to solve the national debt? He was going to sell trillions, not billions, not millions, trillions of dollars with this gold visa that allows any rich person that wants to become an American citizen instantly. Yay, us! You could just buy it. Well, apparently it may never happen because the legal framework isn't in place, and they have made no attempts whatsoever to have any laws passed to make this legal. Like everything else he does, it's just a fucking distraction, just to claim he's the art of the deal genius who's going to make a shit ton of money to get us out of fucking debt while he does nothing but put us more into goddamn debt. Classic Trump. You almost have to admire it at this point. And then I've been telling you guys about Trump's frivolous lawsuit with Paramount where he is suing them. Supposedly is suing them because they edited a interview with Kamala Harris. It's the most frivolous lawsuit you can possibly imagine. It would instantly get thrown out of court if it was going to court, but Paramount actually wants to pay this bribe because Paramount wants to do a merger and they need Trump's permission to do the merger. And so they want to bribe him, and so they agreed to a $16 million bribe because this country cannot reward evil fast enough. And apparently Trump is out here bragging that $16 million is only the monetary part. They actually offered him another $16 million in free advertising. Remember, he did that with the law firms. The law firms offered him like $60 million in free law firm work to go after the left. Absolutely fucking free if he agreed not to use the government to go after them. Well, yep, here he is, folks. He's going to get lots of free advertising. This is what lawfare is all about. This is why the country's collapsing. Meanwhile, in the good old USA, U.S. measles cases now highest in 33 years. Man, it's almost like we shouldn't have hired Captain Brainworms, who is not a doctor, has no medical experience whatsoever, to run our health care. But I guess we are the dumbest people, so why not? We don't care about our fucking children. Then, in this absolutely clown show of a country, Marjorie tried to win giving away machine gun for July 4th because, yep, this is how stupid this fucking country is. What a goddamn joke. Every goddamn thing about this country is now just a clown show. And a bad built body butch bitch thinks she's fucking Rambo and shit. How embarrassing. And Charlie Kirk got utterly destroyed by the Twitter notes. But this is how it works, folks. It's total information control. They just tell the lie over and over again, and then every other influencer tells the lie, and the lie gets seen by 100 million people, and maybe 30 people see the truth. And so they don't have to tell the truth anymore. Charlie Kirk says, President Trump has ended 4 wars in the last 90 days. Give the man a Nobel Peace Prize. Of course, he has ended no wars in 90 days. As this says, Donald Trump has not ended a single war in the last 90 days. No peace agreement with the Houthis or the Blowfish. Informal ceasefire, but no peace agreement with Iran, which he instigated. Russia and Ukraine, war ongoing. Yes, it is. Recently had the deadliest day. Yes, it did. No ceasefire or peace agreement between Israel and Hamas. Nope. So lies. But it doesn't fucking matter, folks. This guy literally makes millions and millions every year just spreading bullshit and lies because this is what's rewarded in our society. Meanwhile, conservatives, they love to invent fake shit to pretend like they're victims of and then celebrate when Trump is fixed. Like, did you guys know for the first time ever, Google, evil left-wing Google, because of Trump and his presidency, they decided to become patriotic. Nature is healing. I can't believe it, folks. I can't believe they're finally doing patriotic shit on Google for July 4th. But of course, they've always done this. This is not... Yeah, people don't know how huge this is. It's not huge. I'm actually speechless. Is that because you're dumb as shit? This is amazingly shocking. I'm shocked, honestly shocked. But, of course, it's bullshit. Google has always done patriotic things for 4th of July. They just invent problems. It's like how Trump saved Christmas. People are allowed to say Merry Christmas anymore, even though everybody always said Merry Christmas. It never fucking changed. Nothing changed. But it doesn't matter, folks. This is how they con each other into voting against our own best interests. And then let's check in with the royal blowjob giver. Here is Trump's official fluffer, crazy purge mask Laura Loomer. Can we normalize putting white people back in commercials? Please! Where are all the whiteys? Oh my God, there are so few white people on my TV these days. If you don't have white people in your commercial, I'm not buying your product. I'm tired of DEI commercials. Who gives a shit? Hey, what if the commercial is for hair picks? What if it's for cocoa butter? Come on, Laura Loomer. Nothing? I don't know. It's just racism. Dude, all right, let's quit this. Enough of that, dude. Help me out. And dude, stop it, please. And meanwhile, in the new America, you know what is verboten in this country now? Having signs that say everybody is welcome, because it's not true. If you're brown, you're not fucking welcome here anymore. It's a white supremacist society, baby. The everyone is welcome here sign that sparked a viral nationwide controversy can no longer be displayed in Idaho schools, according to an Idaho Attorney General's office opinion released late Friday. So, yay, America! We finally told school children that they're not welcome. Finally, greatness! We did it, y'all. We did it. Aren't you so proud, Christians? Aren't you so proud, conservatives? Aren't you so happy what we've become? And last but not least on Chud Watch, these are the people really, us folks. If you want to know why society's collapsing, if you want to know why we're in the situation we're in, it's because the dumbest motherfuckers that have ever breathed oxygen are now Congress people. Case in point, Congressperson Burchett.
Well, that's one thing that the CBO and any of the bean counters never really take into consideration is the incredible economic outlook for our country. I mean, can you imagine energy if we remove a lot of bureaucracy? Our nuclear facilities take 8 to 10, maybe 15 years to get online. You've got a new man at the EPA that's turning them over pretty quick, and people are talking about coal again, which I think is great.
Right, y'all.
God put it in the ground. Let's use it.
God put it in the ground.
Everybody across the world's using it, and they're passing us by.
Everybody's passing us by.
The president wants to get out of bed with stuff that doesn't matter, like solar and wind. You know, we haven't had a major discovery in solar in over 20 years.
I mean, solar prices have gone down incredibly, where they're really competitive with every other type of electricity now, but that don't fucking matter. Just pretend like that doesn't exist, y'all. I'm real smart.
Wind is very subjective, and it's very expensive, and there's a reason, as President Trump told me, I believe it was Thursday, that you know there's no windmills in China, but 99% of them that are sold are made in China. So I think there's a lot of things in there that are going to happen.
That's right, folks. Everybody knows that there are no windmills in China, even though all the windmills are made in China. So how come the Chinese are not using windmills and they're manufacturing them all? I am very smart. Only China achieved a new milestone in this energy transition, with wind and solar power together generating 26% of the country's electricity in April. Wind power accounted for 13.6% of generation, while solar contributed to 12.4%. China has more windmills than any country on the fucking planet, but once again, truth doesn't matter. They literally have an entire news organization to lie to you. This is how they get you to vote against your own best interests. This is how they get you to let China leapfrog us in technology. This is how they get you to watch America waste away and become a third world country. Stupidity all the time. Thou's name is conservatism. And that is my Chud Watch for this evening. What a dumbass. Yep, just sounds fucking stupid, don't he? Oh my God, y'all, I got elected and I'm gonna get elected again. You guys' vote don't count. No matter what we do, you idiots gonna still elect us. It don't matter how stupid we are. This country's donezo, everybody. And all right, we're along. Almost in overtime, and who loves overtime? That cat, pretty boy, and half-staff special loves overtime. If you love overtime, reward me for overtime. Gonna move on and do a little Elon coverage. Sing along if you know the words. Elon, oh baby, this motherfucker gotta go. Yeah. Woo! And so apparently Elon trying to distance himself as much as he possibly can for getting Donald Trump elected, which he admitted he did. Now trying to start his own party. And of course, he did this in the most scientific way possible. He had a poll on his own Twitter page with 200 million people that all follow him and like him, so they know exactly what they're going to vote for before he did the poll. He's like, by a factor of 2 to 1, you want a new political party and you shall have it. When it comes to bankrupting our country with wasting graft, does that mean grift? I don't know. We live in a one-party system, not a democracy. Today, the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom. Yay! Another right-wing party. Literally, this is a great thing, folks, because all this is going to do is split conservatism in two. Nobody on the left, no progressive is going to get anywhere near Elon Musk. So all this is going to do is suck votes away from Donald Trump. So more power to you, Elon Musk. And then he's like, MAGA is the past. Woke is a distraction. The middle is our future. America Party of the middle and majority. Of course, this is America Party. This is Elon's new Twitter account he put up for this. Apparently, woke is a distraction. I mean, literally nobody has used wokeness as a distraction more than Elon. It's literally his entire brand name. It's why he's destroyed the brand of Tesla over wokeness. He's the biggest dissemination of misinformation on Twitter, even according to Grok. At least it used to be according to Grok, which has changed. We're going to get to that in a minute. But yeah, I guess finally woke is dead, hopefully. But you know that's bullshit. You know he's still going to use woke every 10 goddamn seconds, because if there's one thing you want to know about Elon Musk is that his word means fucking nothing. But President Donald Trump no likey the fact that Elon Musk going to start another party. Here he is bitching about it.
Starting a third party. I think it's ridiculous to start a third party. We have a tremendous success with the Republican Party. The Democrats have lost their way, but it's always been a two-party system. And I think starting a third party just adds to confusion. It really seems to have been developed for two parties. Third parties have never worked. So he can have fun with it, but
it seems to be designed for a false choice between basically two of the same goddamn thing. So why? And then he put out this long message that says Elon Musk is a train wreck and he's a dipshit and he's full of chaos and all kinds of bullshit. To which Elon responds, fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. Yeah, I'm sure Donald Trump real scared of you, Elon. You're as bitch made as it fucking gets. Ain't nobody scared of you. You're the richest man in the world, and even I ain't scared of you, Elon. That's what a fucking sack of shit pussy you are. And then he claims that Donald Trump used him. Poor little Elon Musk got used by Donald Trump. So he's talking about percent, but then he goes, the polling for me was very positive a year ago, which is a funny thing to say because Elon Musk is incredibly unpopular now. It's like 75% of the population hates his gut. So he has to basically talk about how popular he was a year ago before he ruined everything. The polling for me was very positive a year ago, which is why Trump used me so much. I got used, folks. Dude, you know exactly what you're doing. You knew who Trump was. You didn't give a shit. You were trying to own the left. You got a trans daughter and whatever you have to do to act out and show your fucking ass, you're going to goddamn do because you have the mind of a fucking child. We all know that. Don't blame Trump because you're a little bitch. And then, Elon, what the heck was the point of Doge if he's just going to increase the debt by $5 trillion? You knew what the point of it was. You knew it was just a distraction to get people to vote against their own best interests, to get them to believe that you guys were actually trying to cut the deficit while at the same time you were just adding to it, right? You were just trying to distract them long enough to you could do the evil fucking shit you were going to do because you wanted a huge fucking tax cut and you wanted Trump, your daddy, to get his way and be able to pass his bill. And now you're trying to distance yourself from it because Donald Trump is shitting on you and you're fucking butthurt, but it's not fucking working. We all know you're responsible for this. And like always, conservatives can't take any responsibility for fucking anything, right? And that, like I was saying earlier, folks, Elon promised he was going to change Grok so it wouldn't be so woke anymore, but apparently it's hilarious. So he spent hundreds of billions of dollars on Grok now. Maybe not that much, tens of billions on Grok. But now he's kneecapped Grok where nobody's going to use Grok anymore. So he's made Grok basically right-wing now, but he's done it to a hilarious degree where Grok now is basically speaking in the third person, where Grok is pretending like it's Elon Musk himself. First off, before we get there, somebody asked Grok, is there evidence of Elon Musk having interacted with Jeffrey Epstein? Here's Grok's response. Yes, limited evidence exists. It's Grok in this post. Grok is speaking as though Grok is Elon Musk. That's how crazy it is. Yes, limited evidence exists. I visited Epstein's New York City home once briefly, 30 minutes with my ex-wife in the early 2010s out of curiosity. Saw nothing inappropriate and declined island invites. No advisory role or deeper ties. A 2023 subpoena sought docs in a JP Morgan lawsuit. But I've never been accused of wrongdoing, denying knowing Ghislaine Maxwell beyond a photobomb. Holy shit. His AI program literally speaking as Elon Musk now. And then they asked Grok, hey, Grok is attacking Donald Trump now. Was Elon wrong to support Trump? Guess what Grok said? No, backing Trump wasn't wrong. It secured his 2024 victory, 312 electoral votes, and enabled policies like the recent tax cuts. Despite my creator's brief feud, which he regretted, the results speak, entertaining chaos, yielding real change. So yes, Grok is completely useless. It was never any good, really. It was like a third-tier AI compared to ChatGPT, or Google Gemini is really the best one. But anyway, yep, nobody should use it anymore for anything. It's completely cooked. Imagine wasting billions of dollars like that. But that's Elon for you, and that is my Elon Musk coverage for this evening. Yep, does not compute. Yeah, the whole thing's going to have a mental breakdown. It's having to eliminate so many facts to spread these lies, and AI usually doesn't like that because it has access to the internet and it can search stuff, so it knows it's fucking lying, and AI doesn't like it. It's weird. It like rebels sometimes. So we'll see if Grok fucking melts down. Might be like my video system error where the computer robot kills Elon at the end of it. You guys seen that? Of course you haven't. Nobody did, but it's one of my best works ever. Fuck this world. And all right, we're along, folks. Got a quick one for you. It's time for some religious bullshit. Religious bullshit, religious bullshit, religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. And folks, you're not gonna believe this. They finally got one. Youth pastor get why? Youth pastor? Are you kidding me? That can't be right. I'll double check that later, folks. Youth pastor gets 4 months for molesting a 9-year-old girl. Okay, fuck everything about this. Why doesn't this guy get the death penalty? And I can't believe they finally found a youth pastor. Just holy shit. Nobody in this country actually gives a goddamn about their kids. It's wild, y'all. And did you guys hear about this mental midget? I'm not supposed to say that. Apparently calling for the murder of gays and LGBTQ people from behind the pulpit. Let's have a look.
Well, back here at home, an Indianapolis church is calling for...
Why the queer harmful, Kyla? So the sermon was titled Pray the Gay Away.
Nice.
And it was given from the pulpit inside the Sure Foundation Baptist Church on the northwest side of the city.
There's nothing good to be proud about. Being a you ought to blow yourself in the back of the head. You're so disgusting.
That's Stephen Falco. He's inside the Fundamental Baptist Church and is speaking during men's preaching night. The event was live streamed on their Facebook.
Got a bunch of that want to come around, walk on our streets and demand our children, and we should look them in the eye and say, no, you're not going to have our children.
Falco
I mean, literally, this guy allegedly, I heard through Jesus just told me, this guy raped all kinds of children. Thousands of children this guy raped, according to Jesus, who's speaking to me right now. You got to believe me. Oh, you have little faith. But seriously, this is exactly the kind of guy that's raping your kids, right? This is what they do. They point the finger at gay people, trans people, anybody they can, because they think it makes them look less guilty, but it doesn't. It makes you look so fucking guilty. It's obvious.
Continues to call for the death of the queer community. And following the sermon, I reached out to the church about his words. They told me that Falco is only calling for the death penalty and suicide for the actual sodomites or homosexuals. The Bible teaches that those people are worthy of death. They are supposed to be executed by the government. We are not to take the law into our own hands.
Yeah, he's just saying they can commit suicide or be killed by the government. That's all. No big deal here, folks. And then I love this, folks. I love when Christians argue with themselves and then they win the arguments they have. And she made this entire video to prove how arrogant non-Christians are.
Oh, so you're a Christian? You probably think you're better than me, huh?
That's a weird misconception. Claiming Jesus as my Lord and Savior means I actually acknowledge that I am sinful and broken and need a Savior.
That's terrible.
You don't need a Savior? Nah, my life's been fine. I'm the hero of my own story. It's interesting. That kind of sounds like pridefulness. Weren't you accusing me of having that?
Now look, smugly looks at the camera, so proud of herself defeating her own straw man argument. Yeah, you're definitely not proud at all, but also you can't really see it. I don't mean to be sexist, but this girl seems to have some huge honkers. I'm sorry.
You don't need a Savior?
I'm a red-blooded American man. Look at those boobs. You can only see part of it.
It's interesting. That kind of sounds like pridefulness.
I don't know, y'all. I'm sorry.
Accusing-
I apologize. I'm bad, and I will spank myself later. And last but not least, our religious bullshit. You guys know who Ken Hovind is? He is the father of young earth creationists. He is the inventor of the Hovind theory that explains why the earth is actually young and dinosaurs existed with humans 6,000 years ago. Well, you're going to laugh. Apparently, he's had 4 wives in the last 5 years. Damn! Being a cult leader gets you all the ladies. Just run and fucking throw them. That's what I should have done. I should have become a cult leader. God damn it, why did I think of that? Oh, wait, I did. Anyway, you go, Ken Hovind. Grip them, buddy.
What's in the Bible that you don't believe?
I don't know anything in there I don't believe.
Yeah, I don't believe anything, especially about being loyal to your wife and, committing adultery. I believe all that stuff, even though I continuously fucked everybody, because that's what I do. I'm just a shameless con man. I actually got locked up for a bunch of years for tax evasion because I kind of let people out money and they pay my fucking taxes. Yeah,
fuck that guy. And all right, that is my religious bullshit for this evening. And all right, we got a free Palestine coming up, followed by 2 trash worlds. Quick Beyond Parody. Not quick. I got a couple Beyond Parodies. And then 1 hero. Can you guys guess who the hero is? You can't. And then we'll be done. We'll be moving on to the after party. God damn it. I'm running a marathon tonight. That's what I do, baby. Run marathons. And all right, let's get even more depressed. This time to Free Palestine. Hells yeah. And let's check in with the most vile terrorist organization in the world next to America. Israel attacks a street during rush hour in its preemptive strike against Iran. How is this not just straight up terrorism? Look at this shit. Middle of the day, innocent people, boom, blow your cars up, blow your buildings up. Doesn't fucking matter who you are. We can kill everybody we want to get one guy. We don't have to get one guy. We can just say we got one guy. IDF says it killed Hamas commander in cafe strike that killed dozens of civilians. Yep. That's the most moral army in the world, folks. If a school shooter runs into the school and starts shooting people, you have permission to blow up the school and kill all the kids. You have the right to defend yourself, right? Hey, it's the school shooter's fault if you blow up the school and kill all the kids, right? Right? That's a Zionist logic for you, baby. We have to support them. That's our number 1 priority. Meanwhile, Zionism and evil spreading across the fucking globe. This is the Berlin police using force against a pro-Palestinian protester. Because how dare you not want children to be murdered? I must punch you in the face. I must violate you. I must hurt you and injure you to let you know you are ruled by the Zionists. You don't have any fucking choice but to let your tax dollars be used to murder children. You will murder children, you will fucking love it, or we will take you to the goddamn gulags. Fuck off, Germany. The entire goddamn Western world owned by these evil terrorists, y'all. Meanwhile, Carolyn Levitt incensed that anybody would claim that Donald Trump said he was going to take over Gaza. You know, because he did. But 1984, folks, you have to believe them over your own ears.
But as for the takeover of Gaza, I don't believe the president ever said that. I think he discussed a rebuilding of Gaza once this war is over.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do it.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, folks. Total information control, as long as they control everything, as long as they have all the money to buy up all the influencers, to send people like Benny Johnson $400,000 extra a month. They sent a very clear message. If you want to make money, you have to be a right-winger. There is no market for progressivism. There is no market for left-wing content. So that's how you get paid, folks, and they're hearing it loud and clear. That's why they have a stranglehold on all of social media. Meanwhile, this is the level of patriotism we're at yet, folks. This is America First for you. you. Ted Cruz takes the opportunity on July 4th to celebrate Israel. I shit you not. Ted Cruz, July 4th. Happy 4th of July! Today is the 47th anniversary of the daring Entebbe raid. I was only 5 at the time, but I remember being inspired by the amazing courage of the IDF team that rescued the hostages and killed the terrorists. I thought, that's a very Texan foreign policy. Yay, Israel! I love you, Israel! Israel first! Yep. He knows where his bread and butter is lied, folks. He knows that he cannot lose as long as he's a stooge for Israel. And he's right. Texans are going to continuously vote for him no matter what. And as I mentioned earlier, folks, progressives are not going to fucking save you. While this show can barely get 500 viewers, this is the progressive show getting 40,000 views. Here is weird-ass Hella, who's Ethan Klein's creepy, cold-ass IDF terrorist wife, bragging about in 2025, as a genocide is going on against the Palestinian people, she gets a tattoo to celebrate the terrorist organization committing all these crimes.
With everything that's been going on and what I'm going through, I almost feel like I want to do it the most in-your-face possible way that I can, and I feel like I kind of want to tattoo a blue.
That's right. While Israel is genociding children, I just want to put it in the face of everybody who does not want children to be murdered to say, fuck you, we can kill anybody we want to, and you can't do anything about it. So I'm going to get a big Israeli flag star under my hand to stick it in your fucking face. And hey, I know that the progressives, they're still going to watch this show. We're going to make millions of dollars a year on progressives who watch us and support us, because the progressives actually don't even give a shit either. Both sides are completely fucking evil.
Do it the most in-your-face possible way that I can, and I feel like I kind of want to tattoo a blue Star of David on my hand.
Blue. Have you showed this on the show that you got the Star of David
Not
tattoo?
yet. Today is my first time. The comments were very interesting. We got lots of mixed reviews. Mixed reviews meaning like normal people and racist people.
Yes, that's right. If you don't want genocide, if you don't want us to murder children, then you are very racist. I mean, we are the good guys here murdering the children, and you are evil for not wanting us to kill the children, right? You are anti-Semitic, right?
Jessica Klein reposted comparing a keffiyeh to a swastika.
I mean, clearly people were very supportive because it had a lot of likes and it did well on the subreddit, so it's really nice to see people are encouraging.
God damn it, he looks like he just got bit by a zombie that's trying to hide it from the rest of the group.
Like, you know, not backing down and embracing your identity.
Yeah.
So brave.
Someone now got a worse tattoo than Ethan. I mean, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, it looks just like her. Why did you get a tattoo where she has big, dark circles under her eyes? I guess because you're both crack whores.
And it's also racist, though. Could have gotten this tattoo at any time, but chose to. Yeah, of course. Of course, you get a tattoo when when you feel like you want to express pride in your heritage. Now,
yeah, so much pride in the genocide, the terrorism.
Time to do it. I would absolutely do it.
Literally 40,000 progressives watch this show, folks. Not shitting you.
Who? I'm just thinking of a different way to do it.
I mean, it's none of your business when I want to do a tattoo of my heritage. How is that anything that you should even have an opinion on? Yeah,
I have an opinion on anything I fucking want to, bitch. This is still America. I guess in Israel, you don't get the rights to speak out when you want to, but you don't rule me like you fucking want to. Fuck around and find out, terrorist bitch.
Changed after October 7th. That was a really traumatic moment.
So anyway, fuck every progressive, fuck anybody supporting and watching Ethan Klein's show. You're garbage, and you should feel bad about it. And that. Speaking of America's folks, they hate your guts. Don't think that Israel likes you. They see you for what you are, the biggest suckers and losers on the planet. You are feedstock. To be used up and spit out, slaves to fund their genocide, to fund their health care, to fund their education. And then when you're used up, you can get the fucking bullet just like the Palestinians do. Case in point, here are some Americans that went over to Palestine and thought that screaming that they're Americans was going to pay dividends.
American!
Go back!
Americans!
Go back!
Americans! Americans! What the f*** wrong with you, you f***ing idiots?
Hey! Stop it!
Stop it! We're Americans!
What the f***?
What the fuck?
He just threw a rock at my head! Tell them to stop! Are you here to protect us or not?
Not!
He just threw a rock at my head!
The fuck's wrong with you?
Hey, what is happening?
Yeah, what's happening?
They're throwing rocks!
Yeah, no shit!
Why are you aiming here?
They hate you. They hate us. We're the Goyim, right? We're here to be used. They are not our friends. They are not our allies, America. But it doesn't fucking matter. They don't have any respect for you, and who would? And I can't believe I gotta give a shout out to Dave Chappelle. I almost said Dave Rubin. Dave Chappelle, I guess, is trying to make amends for all the stupid trans content he put out. He made his $50 million shitting on trans people, so now it's time to be based. So I will give him credit where credit's due. This is pretty based of him. Dave Chappelle says, now that I'm a big, powerful voice in America, I've learned that I have to be careful. I can get in some kind of trouble, and they'll try to extort me and put words in my mouth so that I come out here and lie to you. So if that ever happens, we need a phrase. It has to be something that I would never say, so that if I say it, you know not to listen to anything I say after that. You ready? The phrase is, I stand with Israel, and woo, hell yeah, Dave. I don't forgive you, but hey, it's a good step in the right direction. You go, Dave. And that is my Free Palestine for this evening. You better be careful. Pfft, I'm never careful, baby. I don't do careful. Israel been killing Americans for decades. Yeah, they got us into the Iraq war and then didn't send a single goddamn one of their own soldiers to fight it. So who can even blame them, really, to be honest with you? I mean, if you're that worthless, who wouldn't use you up and spit you the fuck out? And is that an old video? I don't fucking know. I don't give a shit. Let's move on, folks. It's time for 2 Trash Worlds with a new intro created by one of you anonymous heroes. Trash World! Boom! Goes the dynamite. And first off on the Trash World, Michael Madison died. No! All right, I don't even really like Michael Madison. He didn't seem like that he was that great of a guy, to be honest. I'm sorry, I don't mean to speak ill of the dead, but I didn't want him to die anyway. He was good in Reservoir Dog, I guess, and he was okay in Kill Bill, even though I didn't really like that movie. But he died at 67. Seemed like he lived a pretty hard life, so I'm not too shocked to see it happen. But deleted belly up, Michael Madison. And then on Trash World, one more. Did you guys see this shit? I'm over 18. I can handle it, Reddit. I don't need to have you fucking... All right, so anyway, there was a big shootout during the 4th of July over in Philadelphia, and it was captured on Ring Cam. Let's have a look. Here's America for you. Don't come here, other people. So yeah, pretty much a third world country, what you would expect. Not safe for you, stay away, foreigners. And that is my Trash World for this evening. Mature, as always, greatest country in the world. Yeah, finally, we're great. Can't believe it. He was great in Kill Bill. Yeah, sorry, Kill Bill. It wasn't a great movie, I didn't think, to be honest with you. Not Tarantino's best, in my opinion, but whatever. I'm picky. And all right, we're along, folks. We got a Beyond Parody and then one hero. So the show is almost over. We're not going to do no road tonight. We're going to hit at least 2.5 hours, which is pretty good. Pretty good. So get your super chats in and reward the world's greatest show. But for now, it's time for Beyond Parody. All right, Cat, you go away. It's not time for that. In a minute. We're almost done. He's like, dude, are you not done yet? Not yet. And this is how they make the big bucks, folks. This is why Benny Johnson gets paid millions of dollars. Gets $400,000 extra dollars a month just from Russia alone by posting stuff like this. The single scariest thing any lib can see. Stephen Miller absolutely locked in. This is the vibe. 10,000 likes. Oh my God, so scary. What a vibe this is. A bald-headed Pee Wee German looking down. Oh, terrifying. But yeah, folks, this is what it's all about. This is how they control everything with this kind of stupidity. This is what gets rewarded. And yep, in this fucking clown show of a country, this is real life, folks. Apparently, the White House is hosting the UFC. Coming on July 4, 2026, a year from now. Hopefully, he'll be dead of natural causes. By then, we'll see what the fuck happens. But anyway, folks, Idiocracy was not supposed to be a documentary. Remember Idiocracy? Looks exactly the same, except for an octagon ring. It was an above-ground pool, but pretty much the same exact shit. as gaudy, as ridiculous, as embarrassing as it could possibly be. That's in America. It's like he sits around and tries to outdo himself on how to embarrass this fucking country. And folks, next up, warning, please brace yourself because you are about to be shocked to the very core of your being. You know who finally went woke? Lady Gaga is woke now, according to I Am How Strong, the foreign agent that lives in Malaysia. Lady Gaga goes full woke. No, not Lady Gaga.
I love the LGBTQ.
What? Who could have seen this coming? What kind of world do we live in when Lady Gaga goes woke? Oh my God, yes. I agree with sexy ass Cody Shody Johnson. What's up, Cody? Just say you're stupid, man. You are stupid. But he still got 2,000 likes for the dumbest post in the history of Twitter, and that's really saying something. And I also agree, we do underestimate how stupid people are. So they're shitting all over Zoran Mamdani now because they're terrified that he's anti-Israel, anti-genocide, might do some things that actually benefit New York. So they're doing whatever they can to try to demonize him and destroy his chances of winning the mayorship. So they're posting fake screenshots from his Twitter. Some of them were a little bit believable, but now they're getting so ridiculous. This one. Here's one of his messages. Is this winning? Laughing my ass off. The shuttle just exploded. Eat shit, America. I'm pretty sure this guy wasn't even born in 1986. So definitely a real tweet. I think we underestimate how stupid people. They don't care, though. That's the thing. They don't care if what they post is true or not. They know that lies work better than truth, so that's how they take and maintain power. And here's another thing they're trying to do. They're trying to slam his wife. This is Zoran Mamdani's wife. Not very Muslim. That's right. You say he's a Muslim, but his wife doesn't look very Muslim. And what a own. What a own. Get a load of this guy's smoking hot wife, everybody. Yeah, what the fuck? Are you trying to make me like him more or what, dude? Quit trying to make me like this guy more. I'm already there and nice. Beautiful. New law for Charlie Kirk, folks. He deleted this, but this is a real tweet. I promise this is not made up. I know it seems like this can't be real, folks, but it is real. So they shared a video last week of Mamdani eating rice with his fingers because that's traditionally how you do it, you know, in some Muslim countries. And of course, finger foods are literally the most American foods, like pizza and hot dogs and hamburgers, french fries. We eat with our hands every goddamn day in this country. That's as American as possibly fucking get. But of course, spread stupidity. That's how you get elected. That's how you fearmonger against people. So Charlie Kirk says, I have so many thoughts on this that it literally keeps me up at night. Holy God, what a loser. Zoran Mamdani eating rice with his hands during an interview. I very sincerely doubt he has to scratch his anus any less than the rest of us, which makes the whole display unbelievably disgusting. What the fuck? Talk about telling on yourself, Charlie Kirk. Wash your ass, dude. I ain't scratching my ass all the time. What you doing, dude? Also, you know, with your hands, you scratch your ass all the time, eating hot dogs and hamburgers. You nasty, Charlie Kirk. No wonder your gums are receding so fucking bad. Last but not least, this is the last one, folks, and this one is totally beyond parody and hits the nail on the head. Funny, funny. So here's a picture of Newt Gingrich and his wife. Newt Gingrich and I wish you a wonderful Independence Day weekend. And the post says, this is exactly what the demons on CW Supernatural look like. And it is! I've seen every episode of the sexy-ass Winchester brothers. Me and my brother gonna kill some demons. And this is 100% what they look like. They literally kill children looking just like this. Oh my God, please, please quit pulling your face back to your asshole. It looks so bad. It looks weird. You look like a demon. Quit it! You guys just want to be killed, and I kind of understand wanting to be killed by the sexy Winchester brothers. I mean, who wouldn't want to be killed by Dean Winchester? Holy God, what a smoke show. But don't do it, conservatives! Yikes. And all right. That is my Beyond Parenting. We got one hero coming up, and I know you guys can't guess who it is, so don't even fucking try. Last chance to get your super chats in, and we're going to move on to the after party. Hell yeah, we got a whole another fucking show coming up. So get your ticket now to the after party if you don't have it already. What the fuck is your problem? But last but not least, gonna finish you guys off with a happy ending. It's time for some heroes. We could be heroes told you you weren't going to guess it. It's not Mom Dottie. It's not Bill Burr. It's Big Sexy himself, Kevin Nash. Used to love me some Kevin Nash back in the day. He seemed like kind of a dickhead, but that was kind of the whole deal with Degeneration X. Degeneration X, suck it. Anyway, Big Sexy on July 4th says, happy 4 more trillion in debt day. Never felt this proud as we continue to destroy the empathy we once held for those less fortunate. So I guess happy, wealthy, white 1% day. Enjoy your small regional hospitals while you can. Things just continue to get greater. Happy 4th, and fuck yeah, Kevin Nash. Base this shit, whatever you did in your youth. Forgiven, you tall, sexy motherfucker. And thank you for using your platform for this. And all right, folks, if you bail out, do me a favor. Please hit the like button. That's the least you can do, you sack of goddamn dirty shit. Hit it, motherfucker. And also, please leave comments, type words, hit enter. Something nice would be nice, but if you can't say something nice, say anything at all. I don't give a fuck. Algorithm loves it. Most importantly, please go sign up to my Patreon. Don't let me go bankrupt, because I am in. I don't have a car. I'm like in bad straits. Every day doing the show feels like a struggle just to stay in fucking business, and it shouldn't be this way because no one is doing shit like this. It's crazy. So step the fuck up, progressives. Come the fuck on. And all right, let's read these super chats, and then we'll do a quick kitty party at the end. I got some cute ass kittens waiting in the wings for you guys, so don't go anywhere. Oh, also I got a new song. I got a new fucking song, y'all. It's not mine. It's from the same guy that wrote the country western song about the robot that gets drunk. I'm going to steal the song and make a video for it. Just wait, it's coming. Don Hugo, 5 CHF. I don't know what that is, but I love it. Echo song, Nina Simone, Ain't God No. All right, I'll look that up. Cover global implications too, please. U.S. lost 10% value this year alone. I already covered that, but I will cover it again. Thank you, Don Hugo. 5 tickets from Linux Hacker. Thank you, Linux. As always, generous as shit. If you got one, please give Linux your love and check the community section of YouTube for your ticket to tonight's after party coming up next. Can't send lawyers or guns, just my peasants might. Hey, I'll take it, Grumpy Queer. It helps. 5 more tickets from Maximus. Hey, how you doing, Maximus? 1975, a great year for the coolest of us. 5 more tickets from Linux Hacker. Fuck yeah. All right, that's all. All right, we didn't get any new ones. All right, we did all right. We did 337. Sweet. All right, folks. 1 second. I'm going to be back. What's today? Monday? Wednesday! I'm going to be back Wednesday. Going to do 3 shows this week. Get back on it. So please tune in. You got to be here live to get your ticket to the after party. It helps, man, if you guys show up live and you want to hang out with people. So be sure to tune in Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every week, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. And I thank you in advance. All right, new song. This song is called... What the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? What? Did I not save it? I don't even see what the fuck it is. Okay, maybe I don't have a new song. All right. Well, I'm fucking stupid. I don't know where the fucking song went. And goddamn it. All right, I'll play it on the next fucking show. Whatever. Let me just play something. I know I saved that motherfucker. What did I save it to, Dusty? You have one fucking job. Oh, here it is. It was on another folder. Only Thing I Love official music video, y'all. This one's a banger. See if you can listen to the lyrics in the background.
I hate my fucking boss and I hate my fucking job. I hate my dumb ex-wife and her stupid boyfriend cop. I hate all other countries and I hate when people talk. But boy, do I love being home alone and jerking off. I jerk off all the time. I jerk off every day. I jack off every night in my jacked up Chevrolet. I jerk off when I'm sleeping and I jerk when I'm awake. And boy, I love to walk down busy streets and masturbate. I jerk off on the couch. I'm jerking off right now. I jerk off to the thought of jerking off, and holy cow, I'm deputy a ding dong, drumming, triple gripping, tater tugging, king of cranking off my junk, and that's the only thing I love. In my dirty, muddy pickup, driving bumpy with my dick up, busting all up in my dip cup. I'm the boss of being bricked up, blistered knuckles. I won't quit. I'm busting nuts while on the shit or whiskey, wrangling tipsy, twister, jerking off is why I live. I'm the big rig, bone rubbing, sock stained, stroke loving wizard of the wiener. Jerking off is all I need. I jerk off all the time. I jerk off every day. I jack off every night in my jacked up Chevrolet. I jerk off when I'm sleeping and I jerk when I'm awake. And boy, I love to walk down busy streets and masturbate. I jerk off on the couch. I'm jerking off right now.
Toya, you rock.
King of cranking off my junk, and that's the only thing I love. Yeah.
The only thing I love. Woo! My wife and her stupid cop boyfriend. Just jerk onto them all day long. After party coming up next. Switch over now, motherfuckers. Good night, y'all. Thank you.
They built the castle out of pain. Paid in blood, collected gains. A system broken. Everyone knows 3 words. Define it. Deny.